Did you know that Cardinal Hardware isn't just your ordinary hardware store? They're your one-stop destination for all your hardware needs. As the sole hardware store in town, they take pride in being locally owned and operated, serving the community with dedication and care. Cardinal Hardware is fully stocked with all the essentials you need, ensuring you can find everything you're looking for right in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Noel Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving, as we've got a battle of the birds for you, the Falcons, the Cardinals, a battle of two Final Four teams from a year ago, as this is the first game of the district period for the Eunice Cardinals. We've made the trip over here about an hour and a half west of where we're at. Of course, I'm Jimmy Jones alongside my partner today. I've got Charlie Fairbrush. Welcome, Charlie the Thumb.
Welcome, everybody. Over here, like Jimmy said, well, it takes a while to get here because of traffic. I've never seen so much oil field traffic on a Saturday.
Yeah.
But we're glad to be here doing the broadcast for these Eunice Cardinals.
Yeah, and it is a battle of red. A lot of red here, with
red,
Loving being red and white, the Cardinals being red and white. There's a lot of red and white over here, and the Cardinals, after
we're like in a gray uniform. Is it
what's
gray
that?
or white? Is ours white?
Oh no, that's gray. Yeah, the Cardinals with the big win yesterday as they defeated Grady, a number 3 team in 1A. The Cardinals took care of business. Actually, what I would call a very easy win, if there is such a thing. They had the run rule within one,
for
bases loaded, 2 or 3 innings, and ended up dragging on, and we ended up there for like almost 4 hours, I think is what that game ended up taking. And
our broadcast cut off.
Yeah.
It was like we timed out.
Yeah, I saw a bunch of stuff on Facebook after we left, and where they were discussing that. So just so that everyone knows, it's, I see people go like Facebook Live and they show the game or whatever. It's not that simple for us. We've got a whole system. Right, wrong, indifferent, I don't know, but we've got a whole system that runs through here. We've got a big soundboard. It goes back to the radio station, and then from there it goes out into the public. And it's got certain times. When you're broadcasting on YouTube, you have to schedule certain times. So, when they change times, whether it be the start time, the end time.
It's a lot of effort.
It is not as simple as just saying we're going to go a little extra. And so last night, the game took forever, and it ended up going beyond the start and stop times that were scheduled. And the next thing you know, the thing kicked us off because it had been going too long.
Jimmy said, we're sitting here talking and there's lights off.
Yeah, I looked down at the board, and it's hard to see here today because of the sun, but we had 2 lights on. There's 3 that need to be going for the full broadcast, and I was like, uh-oh. And we had just been jabbering away for probably 15 minutes when I noticed that. And so anyway, the Cardinals in the gray with the red trim, the Loving Falcons in the white with the red jerseys and white trim. Both teams out on the field getting ready for the national anthem and to get this thing started. And it should be interesting as Charlie and I are sitting up here in the booth.
And there we go. Play ball.
All right, welcome back. And I kind of stopped mid-sentence as where we're sitting at. This new stadium or new field that the Falcons have here, it looks amazing. It looks absolutely great. The strange thing, though, is as amazing as this place looks, they've got like a speaker like I have in my backyard over on the first base dugout, and that's where they play music and stuff from. So I'm sitting here jabbering, and then I realize I think I hear the national anthem. And sure enough, the national anthem's going ahead. No way, so my apologies. I definitely don't try to speak over the national anthem, but that's why I stopped mid-sentence. I couldn't hear it. And when you have these headsets on, you don't hear what's happening in the background. And so
I think this is still a work in progress.
Yes, it is. You can tell they haven't finished the top. They carried the flag out there. A couple kids held it out there by second base,
which was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's still, they've still got a lot to do. It is a windy day here in Falcon Country. The wind is definitely blowing. It is coming through the press box here where we're at. It is blowing a lot. So if you hear that, we're up out of the wind, but I tell you what, the wind is blowing, no doubt about it. The interesting thing about it is just looking at some of the stuff that's blowing around, it looks like it's blowing out. And for this Cardinal team, man, they have had one heck of a year from the plate with home runs. Yeah. I tell you, there's a couple of games where we've knocked 3-4 shots over the outfield fence. I haven't seen that in many years. It's been many years since I felt like we had the level of hitters that we've got from top to bottom as what we've got on this team this year. You've got Wilson, who hit a home run last night, I think a 3-run shot. You've got De Leon, who's hit a grand slam. He's hit a 3-run shot. He's hit a 2-run shot. In fact, one game he had a 3-run shot and a 2-run shot back to back. He's absolutely hammered the ball this year. You've got Serrano, who's absolutely knocked the cover off of it a couple of times. It's an interesting group, and probably the most impressive thing that I will say about this Cardinal team this year is the amount of high-level pitchers that they've got. You've got Wilson, who's going to get the start here today, who's been throwing in the 90s. I've only seen a couple of pitchers throw in the 90s at the 2A level in the entire time that I've been covering baseball, which has been several years. And Wilson can absolutely smoke the baseball.
He can sling it down
he can smoke it. Huge improvement. He was a good pitcher last year. He was a youngster last year, but he's grown a couple more inches. He can absolutely hum the baseball. He'll throw in the 90s, and then he'll come with that changeup and curve and drop it all the way down to upper 50s, low 60s. And so it definitely creates an interesting situation. And so anyway, Loving will start here on the field. They're 5-5 on the year. Eunice is 8-1. Eunice is the #1 ranked team in the state in both Max Preps and the coaches poll, where Loving sits in 5 at the coaches poll and 10 in Max Preps right now. So Isaac Morales steps up there to get this thing started. That first pitch is probably 1.5 foot outside as we're looking right down the plate for a strike. And so way out there for strike number 1. So here we go, 0-1 to Morales. On the hill is Bobby Perez for Loving, one of those young names that we've heard for many years over here. And that one's high and inside. I wanted to say for strike 2, but that one was ball 1.
That's got to be a ball.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Morales. Morales is the catcher for this Cardinal team, one of those that's got some wheels on him. And when he does start down the line, can definitely move. And so here comes that next pitch, and it's swung on and missed for strike number 2, so 1-2. It's an interesting setup here, and like I said, this new facility that Loving has got, they've done an amazing job. Congratulations to Mr. Lee White, one with ties to Eunice, so shout out to Lee White, just another Eunice Cardinal tie right there. Just a great guy. I think the world of Lee. The only issue, if I'm going to give my opinion on this press box, is we've got a screen on the front of it. And so you're looking through a like a shaded screen from the press box out into the field.
You guys
and if
that
you
are
got a
watching on
camera,
video,
the camera, anytime you move, focuses on that screen and makes it very hard to film and video the games like we normally do. You almost got to keep that camera very still, or it throws the focus all off. And it makes it hard for us to kind of see out across there. Yes. Everything's kind of screened.
Yep.
You're looking through the screen, and so
like you're looking for the old screen door.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So here we go. Next pitch is down the outside edge, and that looked better than the first pitch that was called a strike, and that one's a ball. So you just never know.
Full count.
It's been a season of that, though, this year. I have watched a bunch of baseball already this year, and it seems like the calls as far as the strike zone are just completely inconsistent. You know, you've got a ball coming in at the neck, and it's a strike, and the next time you got one at the chest, and it's too high, and you're like, what? There's just a lot of inconsistencies in the strike zone this year. Has been my, observation here as an announcer.
Optometrist. Is it optometrist?
Yeah, they might need some glasses. And there's a chip shot down the third base line. Third baseman gonna scoop it. He fires a rocket over there, and Morales is gonna beat it out, and he's gonna get there. We just mentioned the wheels that young man has as he stands on first. And I will tell you, he don't usually stay on first very long once he gets out there. I haven't seen many pitches go by that he don't usually start going. So we will see what this young catcher in Brody Allen, if he's got the cannon. I remember him from last year, and I think he can throw the ball pretty dang good. We'll see if he can fire that rocket and keep Morales on first here, as coming to the plate will be the shortstop, Luis Zamora. And they're going to throw back out. I'm assuming they've seen the same thing we've seen all year, which is that Morales don't stay on first very long, as they throw right back over and try to keep him over there. So Morales going to step off. Right now they're already staring back over at him. Like I said, I haven't seen many pitches where he stands on first very long. He's got the lead going already, and they're going to throw back over there again, and he's got that big lead, and like I said,
but he's quick too. He gets back.
He is. The young man can run, and he almost always does. Even sometimes when I'm scratching my head, going, why are we going already? He doesn't stay there very long. So we'll see what happens as he's bobbing and weaving over there, and Perez is looking him back, and he did stay there that time. And that ball's high and inside, so maybe he's got into Bobby's head a little bit as he's bobbing and weaving and bouncing. Looks like he's in the blocks at the 100-meter dash at the track meet or something over there.
Well, I hope he's running track, because I bet he can smoke them.
As there is a high fly ball into center field. It's just going to go right to the center fielder. And so Morales goes down on the fly out to center. Zamora goes down on the fly out to center. And that'll bring the slugger, Julian De Leon. This young man has absolutely creamed the ball this year. I've watched Cardinal baseball for 30-some-odd years, and I don't know that I've seen too many people hit the ball like this young man does. And so I say all that, and he'll probably step up there and bunt it.
You jinxed him.
But man, I've seen him hit some home runs that were just like way out of the stadium. And so he has hit some home runs that I've never seen too many as far as he's hit them.
He's going to hit one down to Malaga here.
Yes. So De Leon steps up there with Morales on first. He's looking over his shoulder, trying to keep Morales over there. And there goes Morales, and there is a fly foul right back over the top of us, and Morales was on his horse that time, as he was 3/4 of the way to second before the bat was even swung. And you got Coach Almaguer going to come out of the box, and he's headed out onto the field to visit with the umpire. And I don't know exactly.
Maybe think there's a balk going on.
Yesterday we had that big issue, and one of our coaches got tossed over the balk. And I was getting text messages on that till midnight last night from umpires, from coaches. It was interesting.
So was it a balk?
So it was a balk. I don't think there was any question that it was a balk. The question was what the rule says in New Mexico high school baseball as to whether or not, and I'm not not a baseball junkie as far as the rules go, but whether or not it's an immediate dead ball or whether you wait till that play is over to enforce it. And that was basically the discussion, and those are my layman's terms of it.
Because he would have been having to come to third instead of going home, right?
Well, the ideology is once he got into his motion, can that play continue? Can the batter swing at the ball? Or is it an immediate dead ball at that point as Morales heads to second with no throw? And so anyway, that's where the discussion came in. So at the junior college level, at the college level, at the pro level, my understanding is that play continues. But at the New Mexico high school level, it's an immediate dead ball play. I think that's the general layman's description of what was being argued. And in Coach JP and his defense, what he was arguing is correct in almost every level of baseball except high school New Mexico baseball. And so that's what they were debating about, and I guess that's what I don't know exactly what was said that got ugly and resulted in ejections, but that was the discussion. And there's a drive into center. Turning is Morales. He's going to head home, and he's on his horse. Here he comes, and he goes in like Pete Rose, and Morales gets on the home plate, and he slides in there, and De Leon with the RBI single.
Nice.
And that'll bring up our pitcher for the day, and Ethan Wilson. Wilson had that monster shot home run last night, as he will be pitching here for the Cardinals today. He's a tall glass of water for sure, as he's got De Leon standing on first. So it's a 1-0 game. The Cardinals with the early lead. And Wilson steps up there to home plate. Bobby checking over at the runner on first. De Leon's usually not quite as apt to run, and there's a shot down the right field line. It's going to roll over there toward the corner. De Leon's going to head all the way to third. Wilson's going to stay at first, and so Wilson with a single right down the first base line.
Nice hit.
It was. He went the opposite way with it. Here comes Gallegos, the bat boy. He's going to run out there and grab that bat, and now we'll have runners on the corner with one out.
Shout out to Lacey. She's our buddy from Eunice, our Eunice press box that kept it nice and cool for us in there. She said she's going to get us a hot box to travel with. I'm not exactly sure what that is.
And we'll have a courtesy runner. I was trying to see, is that 20?
No, maybe.
It's 2. So number 2 will be Isaac Melanson, the young Melanson.
He's quick.
Yep. So he heads over to first. So now with runners on the corners, coming to the plate will be Gallegos, the freshman. Played last year as an 8th grader, and here he is in his freshman year. And then they're going to turn and throw back and trying to get him there. And they bobble the ball around as it bounced off the turf.
They almost got him, though.
As Melanson.
I think he landed a little hard.
Yeah, he did. He was bobbing when he should have been weaving. Yeah. But he's back on first.
And Gallegos, Randy, has hit a couple of good ones yesterday in the game.
Gallegos, another one of those young players for this Cardinal roster that has just done good things for sure, as he steps back up there ready to go with the runners on the corners. Bobby on the hill for Loving, going to kick and fire. That one's low and outside, and that'll be a ball. Just trying to look here as Gallegos, he's got the second best batting average on the team, just under 600 for the year.
Yeah.
He's also got the best on-base percentage at over 700 for the year, as he steps up there, only a freshman. And so Gallegos, yes, he does. Started last year as an 8th grader for the Cardinals. Right. We had a couple of 8th graders that played big minutes for the Cardinals last year. He being one of them. And that one's inside. They're going to fake the throw, and Melanson's easily into second. So now runners in scoring position, second and third.
Randy, just give it a ride, huh?
2 balls, no strikes here to Gallegos, as he's got runners in scoring position with an out. Back in there. Here comes the pitch. That one's high and a little bit maybe outside for ball 3. So 3-0 to Gallegos. And on deck for the Cardinals, we'll have another slugger in Serrano. Gallegos in there ready to go. Here comes this next pitch, and that one's right down the inside corner for strike number 1. So 3-1.
All right, now let her fly.
Looked like he was taken the whole way there on 3-0. They had him taken. I think that's a movie, right? Taken?
Yeah, Taken. There's 2 or 3 of them.
And that one's high and outside, and that'll be ball 4. And so heading over to first will be Gallegos as he earns the walk.
That'll load him up.
And the bases loaded for Serrano, another one of the sluggers on this Cardinal team that has knocked some over the fence this year. He's going to come to home plate with the bases juiced and 1 out.
He's our designated hitter today.
Yes, he is.
He's hitting for center fielder Hasiel Guetta.
So he steps up there ready to go. This young man is 3rd on the team in home runs this year, and he is ready. Here comes that first pitch, and it's outside for ball 1.
Randy over hiding behind the first baseman.
What is it?
Whenever they're getting ready to pitch, he gets over behind that first baseman.
Oh.
Where they can't see him.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not a very big fella. So with 1 out, a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals. Yeah. Here comes the next pitch. That one's chipped foul. Right back to the screen. So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Serrano. Serrano steps back up there trying to get everybody situated as we had Misa chasing down that foul ball.
Wonder if he'll get a free coat for it, reckon.
Yeah, snow cone, something. Hot dog.
Yeah.
Here comes the pitch, and that one's high and outside. The ball's going to get past the catcher, and here comes an easy run through by De Leon, and he will score easy.
Well, you know, one thing about this field, there's a long ways from the plate to the back fence.
A lot of room in foul territory around the field, and so if you're a catcher and that ball gets by you, you better get on your horse because it's a long ways back there. As a person who played catcher in my younger days, my knees would be screaming, I think, at this place.
You didn't like this field.
No, I wouldn't have liked it. I liked it when that backstop was about 10 foot behind you.
Right.
Didn't have quite as far to run.
Another ball, 3-1.
So 3 balls and a strike here to Andre Serrano. Runners on 2nd and 3rd. The Cardinals lead here 2-0 early in the first. And there's a fly foul right back into us.
That'll fold it up.
Yep. Now we got 3-2-1 on the screen. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. 3-2-1 usually equals contact, especially if you're counting down the Artemis. So we'd like to see some Artemis activity here. Stepping back in there is Serrano. Here comes the pitch. It's high, and that'll be ball 4.
Put him down and load him up again, Jimmy.
Yes, it is. So Serrano heads over to first on the walk. Bat boy Gallegos going to run out there, grab up some pads and bat and whatnot. And now the base is juiced, and Misa Brito plays left field here today.
And he was an 8th grader last year, too.
Yes,
right?
Another one of those last year 8th graders that came up, a freshman this year, as he takes that first one inside, and that's going to be an easy stroll home for the Cardinals. And now they score again here, and the runners advance. So the freshman Brito at the plate on that left side, and that first pitch gets by and scores another run. It's 3-0 Cardinals. Some really good freshmen on this Eunice ball club for sure. So Misa steps up there. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Here comes the first pitch, and that one's right down the pipe for strike 1. 1 ball and a strike.
And a good one to put in play there.
That's a good-looking pitch. So Bobby on the hill for the Falcons, wasting no time on this one. He's ready. He's going to kick and fire one toward home, and that one's driven into the turf foul. So that'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the freshman, Brito.
1 ball, 2 strikes, only 1 out. So.
Yep. So on deck, you've got Big Rob, Carlos Armendariz, the first baseman. He's sitting over there in the circle warming up. So here comes that pitch, and that's down the outside corner, and down goes Brito on the strikeout. As Bobby Perez with the first K here of this ball game, and so that'll bring up Big Rob, Carlos Armendariz.
Be nice little 3-run homer.
Yep. He steps up there ready to go. That first pitch is going to get by. It's going to go all the way, and so easily in is Gallegos. So Gallegos strolls home, and the Cardinals are clearing the bases on pass balls here.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. He said, so runners on third.
Yeah, it's cold.
Here we go. 4-0 is the score. That ball's going to be low and outside for
a strike one.
Was it really?
He called a strike.
Did he really? One ball and a strike. You got to be kidding me. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Rearing back as Bobby. He's going to let this one fly right down the middle, and it's driven into right center field. It's going to roll to the wall.
He walks in.
Big Rob. He's on his horse.
He better get out.
His horse is a Clydesdale, but he's going to stroll into second.
Oh, man.
And Big Rob
with a double.
Doing work with the RBI double. And I hear his mama.
Yeah.
She is screaming out there. And so Big Rob clears the bases.
That was a nice hit.
It was. There's a lot of youngsters on this team. Big Rob that just knocked it to the wall, being one of those.
Is he sophomore this year?
You know, I think
freshman?
Big Rob is either sophomore or junior, but most of this team will be coming back.
Yeah, right.
And so now back to the Adon Baeza. Adon, another one of those underclassmen. He'll be coming back next year. And there's a chip shot down the first base line, and they're going to say it's foul.
Yeah, good for him because
that
first baseman had a handle on it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I believe that's Munoz over there that did a really good job. He was on his horse. Get over there and grab that one. And so luckily for the Cardinals, they call it a foul ball. It was right down that line from our angle. Hard to tell for sure. But
they could have caught it inside.
Yeah.
It would have been a fair ball.
Shout out to Leanne Reeves. And Big Rob is halfway to third before he even let the ball go.
Like, let me give me some of that.
Yes, absolutely.
Now all you had to have is a pass ball, and he'll be home.
Yeah, so Miss Leanne Reeves, she's saying that the deal's hard to see because of the screen. And we know we did talk about that in our pregame. The screen here at the Loving press box, it does make it hard for the camera to focus.
Leanne, if you got bail money, I'll cut the screen out of here.
I would take the scissors and make a little hole in it where the camera can peek through the screen. It does. That's the only thing that I would say if I was designing this field is this press box has got a shaded screen right in front of the window like you have on your house, and that's fantastic to keep the bugs out, but it's very difficult for the camera to focus through it. You almost need the exterior cameras if you were going to have a broadcast group come in. It's very, very difficult for us to show the game clearly, so all we'll do is apologize to those back watching.
And I don't need to move it because the more you move it,
the worse it gets. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Adon. Here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball, and man, that looked good.
Woo, that last one looked like it was.
I try to call it like I see it. That looked like a good pitch right there, and he called it a ball.
The last one looked good. It looked like it caught the outside, and he called it a ball.
That's what I'm talking about, though. All year long, it's just been very inconsistent. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and we forgot to rock Boogie Oogie it, but that was high and outside. And I'm assuming for ball 3.
Just because you thought about it, it is a ball.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Big Rob on third. Adon at the plate. The right-handed batter steps in there ready to go. Can Adon keep this thing moving? Here comes the pitch from Bobby. It's right down the middle, swung on and missed. And so down goes Baeza on the strikeout. That is the second K for Bobby here in the first. As we move to the bottom of the first, the Cardinals lead 5-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Did you know that Cardinal Hardware isn't just your ordinary hardware store? They're your one-stop destination for all your hardware needs. As the sole hardware store in town, they take pride in being locally owned and operated, serving the community with dedication and care. Cardinal Hardware is fully stocked with all the essentials you need, ensuring you can find everything you're looking for right in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal sports here live in Loving as the #1 ranked coaches and Max Preps poll Eunice Cardinals. They're 8-1 on the season. Their only loss coming to Kermit, Texas, before they had all their baseball kids or basketball kids back.
Game, right?
They played them again once they got all their basketball kids back and just thumped them in a run rule game. So their only loss, they're 8-1, was to Kermit. The Loving Falcons, they've got losses twice to Lovington, who the Cardinals will play, I believe, next week. They lost to Cobre, Chaparral, and then a JV team of some sort. Don't know which one. It doesn't say that in Max Preps. It says a non-varsity opponent. Then for their wins, they beat Dexter 3 times this year. They beat Hatch, and then they beat a non-varsity opponent, so a JV team. And so they're 5-5. They're number 5 in the coaches poll that came out earlier this week. They're number 10 in Max Preps right now. And so the Cardinals #1 in both the coaches poll and in Max Preps into a baseball this year. And so we've got Wilson on the hill. For those that have not got to see Wilson, you probably won't get to see him very clearly here as we're but Wilson can absolutely hum it. And, man, he's got a cannon for an arm. They've been measuring him in the low 90s.
Yep.
They had the radar out when he pitched the last time during the Cardinal Classic.
But then all the way into the 5th or 6th
In
inning,
the 5th, he was still throwing
plus.
in the mid-80s. Yeah, he had thrown 5 innings and was still throwing in the mid-80s. And so he can rear back and let it go. And anyway,
that ball travels 20 feet before it ever leaves his hand.
Yeah, and Wilson's about 6'4", so when he lets the ball go, he's halfway to home plate when his hand starts stretching toward the catcher's mitt. And so, anyway, here we go. Garrett Bunch, he's going to step up here ready to get this thing started for the Falcons in front of the home crowd. Once again, Loving in the white pants, red shirts with white sleeves. And the Cardinals in gray. They're out in the field. They're going to square away, and on the bunt, he's going to miss it. And so that'll be a strike 1 as the Cardinals had the third baseman charging. And that was De Leon. So back into the batter's box is Bunch. Wilson. He's going to kick and fire one, and there's a drive down the first base line, and it's going to find the turf. They're going to scoop it. Oh, they booted it out there in right field. I think that's a Don. No, that's, that is a Don out there, as he had a scoop up on it, and the Bunch was going to make the turn for second, and when he went to flip it out of his glove into his hand to make that throw, he kind of booted it, and so that'll allow Bunch to reach second. And so on my little paperwork here, I'll give him a double. And so Ryan Echeverria is going to step up here. A young man, I believe he's the left fielder.
Yeah, left fielder, number 4.
Yeah, as he gets in there ready and takes the first pitch for ball number 1, I believe.
I think he called a strike.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. 0-1. Yeah, popped up there now. So 0-1 here to Ryan with a runner on scoring position out there on second. Wilson rears back and fires that one down the inside. It's fouled up and out of play for strike 2, so 0-2. Yeah, this for those of you that hadn't been over here in a while, Loving and Mr. Lee White, with ties to our own Lynn White there in Eunice, has done an absolutely amazing job with their facilities. And there's a drive right at the shortstop, scooping it, firing it over to first. They're going to get the lead runner, and that was a heck of a play there by Zamora. As, man, they hit a rocket, and it one-hopped about 6 inches in front of him. He was able to scoop it, and by that point, the runner going from second to third was already over there, so he just fired it over to first, got the lead runner, and so down goes Ryan Echeverria on the ground out, and that'll bring up Tristan Suarez, another one of those names that we've said for a few years, it seems like. And there's a high pop fly into shallow center, coming up, making the grab, and then they're going to fire it toward home, and they get him as he threw a rocket in there. And, they call him safe, sliding back into third. And here comes Tyler Almaguer out of the dugout because he didn't like the call, as he is all the way out to third base. And Tyler Almaguer all the way out of the dugout, which is not something you see Tyler do very often. He did not like the call at third. Tyler Almaguer, our coach, a young man that's in just about every single category in the NMAA record books that exist, pitching, hitting, played for New Mexico Junior College, and then went on and played, I think, in Colorado or maybe West Texas. But anyway, just an absolute legend of the game in baseball, now the Eunice Cardinal coach. Here comes the pitch. It's a high fly into shallow left field. They're trying to get to it. Left fielder going to come in and make the catch. That was Misa Brito on his horse as he gets in, and down goes on Suarez. And I believe that would have been Allen right there. As anyway, the Cardinals get out of a pickle there. No run scored as we move to the second. The Cardinals lead 5-0. You're listening to Knowmark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Knowmark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving as the Loving Falcons and the Eunice Cardinals face off in the first district game of the year. The Cardinals lead here after one, 5-0. We move to the second, and the Cardinals were able to put some runs on the board. Defensively, they were able to
shut them down.
Yeah,
with
shut them down.
4 batters.
That's right. And so that'll bring up back to the top of the lineup. So we will start this inning just like we started the first as Isaac Morales comes to the plate. Young man had a single his first trip to the plate. And here we go in the second. Here comes the first pitch. We thought about it. He let it go, high. And then I guess they're going to say it was high. That looked like a good pitch to me, too.
He probably called it because a little high, maybe.
Got a truck and a trailer out there in center field just rolling through.
It'd be nice if he could land that ball in the back of that truck.
Yeah, that would be nice. As Morales takes a big swing and a miss at that one, and that makes it 1-1.
He heard me. He was trying.
Yep, for sure. As Morales steps back in there. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Bobby on the hill. He's going to kick and fire it, and he throws that one low and outside for ball. So 2 balls and a strike here to Morales. Isaac Morales. So Bobby wasting no time. He's already got it back, and he's going to kick and fire one toward home, and he throws that one.
Man.
Oh, man, that's
way outside for
that
a
is
strike
another outside pitch that just, whew, man. Man, that 2 pitches ago was right down the middle, and I'm assuming he called it a high. That one there was 1.5 feet outside, and he called it a strike. And where we're set up, we're basically right behind him and just a little above him where we can, basically like the umpire's view over the catcher is about our view over the umpire. You know, it's like.
So they got a full count now.
Yep. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. We're in the top of the second. The Cardinals lead 5-0, and we're at the top of the lineup here to start this inning with Morales at the plate.
It's a good thing we got a lot of sluggers out there due to all the crazy calls.
Morales keeps that one alive, fouls it back into the pole over there. And it comes right back to the umpire, who did some interesting Pele soccer skills as he scooped that up with his foot. And Bicycle kicked it over to the catcher, who threw it back to Perez.
What's that game you play with? You kick that little
hacky sack.
Hacky sack.
That's kind of what he looked like. As here comes the next pitch, and that one's going to be outside for ball 4. I will say this: that pitch is exactly where the pitch was 2 or 3 pitches ago that he called the strike. So I wasn't sure, but anyway, Morales going to earn the walk, and that'll bring up Zamora, and it looks like Coach Almaguer comes in doing something. Making some, I don't know if he's making some changes or just trying to put the hit and run together. Gonna get something going, probably to try to send Morales over to second. As he comes up, visits with Zamora. Zamora, is he a senior this year? I think he's finally a senior.
Yeah.
Young man that's been around forever. Got an amazing glove out there at shortstop.
Sure does.
And he steps up there ready. So runner on first is Morales. We talked about him in the first inning. He don't usually sit there very long. Here comes the first pitch, and there he goes, and they're going to throw it toward him, and it's going to be close. Oh, no, no. They got him.
Wow.
Yeah. And so here comes Coach Almaguer as he's headed out there.
I don't blame him.
And Morales not liking the call. I didn't think he got him. I thought it was close.
It was close.
But I didn't think he got him, and neither does Almaguer. As Almaguer heads out there to visit with the umpire. And like I said, I didn't think he got him. Just like I thought that pitch a while ago was a strike that they threw to Morales, and ump called it the other way. I try to call it like I see it. I guarantee you can go back and watch that one on the camera.
Yeah, if you can see it good enough.
Yeah, he didn't. I don't think he got him.
No.
And so they're going to call him, and it is what it is. 5-0. You know, I said yesterday I was using my Ted Kennedy statement that might not be the worst umpire in the world, but if the worst one dies, he's in trouble.
He's in line there.
Yeah. Only kidding. But
just teasing.
Yeah, that's a rough one right there. But the Cardinals, they call him out as he was headed for second. So now we've got 1 out, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Zamora up at the plate. He's going to swing at that one. He hits a high fly ball into shallow right. The right fielder going to come up and easily make the catch. And so down goes Zamora on his second fly out of this ball game, and that'll bring up Julian De Leon. De Leon with an RBI single, his first trip to the plate, and he'll head up here. We'll have Ethan Wilson on deck. I see his daddy strolling through the bleachers over there. As here's De Leon, and he's going to get that breaking ball. That's a good-looking pitch right there. As that breaking ball went right across home plate, it was a good-looking pitch for Bobby. So 0-1 here to De Leon. De Leon steps back in there, ready to go. It's a 5-0 lead for the Cardinals here in the top of the second. He reached out and tapped that one, and now he's behind 0-2.
Yeah.
You know, the one thing that has always been true about Loving is they've always had good baseball, softball programs. There's no doubt about it. They've always had good baseball, softball. You know, Carlsbad is just known historically for building baseball, softball programs, and with Loving's proximity to them, they just have always kind of fed off of that. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, sir. That's kind of like Texaco in a sense.
Yeah. So 0-2 here to De Leon. De Leon steps back in there. We've got 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And that one's outside. As the catcher jumped up.
Didn't go.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he went there. I didn't know what the catcher was doing. Catcher
He's
jumped
trying
up
to
and ran
tag
out
him.
there and tagged him, and I was scratching my head because I didn't know if maybe I missed something.
I guess better safe than sorry,
Yeah.
just in case, huh?
So 1 ball showing up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes
Yep.
here. De Leon back in there ready. Here comes the next pitch. It's right down the
Got it.
middle, and down goes De Leon.
And down goes Eunice for this.
Yep. That is the 3rd strikeout for Bobby, his 3rd K. And the Cardinals move into the bottom of the 2nd. They lead 5-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
This message is fired up and fueled by Redbird LP Gas Company. Bart Parker, class of 71, and proud state champ in both basketball and baseball, and the whole awesome crew at Redbird are cheering loud for the Eunice Cardinals. Whether it's academics or athletics, Redbird knows you're giving it your all, and Redbird sees your determination. Balancing books and the ball field isn't easy, but you're doing it with heart, hustle, and pride. Redbird is proud of you, Cardinals. Keep soaring. From Bart Parker and the Redbird crew, behind you all the way. Go Redbird.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving as the Cardinals lead 5-0, like the police.
The police, the
That's
po-po.
right. Woo-woo. And
5-0, 5-0.
the Cardinals jumped out early to a 5-0 lead in the first. That 2nd inning, Morales let them off, got on base, then got picked off at 2nd in a controversial call that is the 2nd time I've seen Coach Almaguer come out of the dugout to go out there and question a call, and we're in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, 2nd time today, and he don't usually do it.
You don't see Coach Almaguer come out to question the umps too often, but he's done it twice here in the first inning and a half.
Yeah.
As definitely an interesting situation. So, is what it is. The Cardinals, as we mentioned, they're 8-1 on the season. Loving 5-5 on the season. Eunice number 1 in both polls. Loving number 5 in the coaches poll, number 10 in Max Preps.
And number 5 coming up to bat for Loving, Evan Leva, 2nd baseman.
He is the 5 batter. And where's number 5?
A lot of 5s floating around here.
Yes, for sure. As he steps in there ready to go. Here comes the first pitch from Wilson, and it's a rocket right down the middle, and Morales held it there for an extra 2-3 seconds. I don't know what you could ask for as far as a better pitch than that one. And so
where's Tyler? He coming.
1 ball, no strikes. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's that one's farther outside than the first one.
And that's a strike.
And that one's a strike.
Outside for strike 1.
I'm telling you, it's been that way all year.
I mean, at least he's calling it consistent.
I thought that pitch was outside. I thought it was a ball. He calls that one a strike for us, so we'll take it. And that one's right down the middle.
And he swung at it.
Yeah, so strike 2. Man, I just have not been able to get my thumb on the strike zone this year. It just seems like every pitch it's a different zone. And, we need that Major League Baseball thing that they've got going with the little square and
well, we can see it from right here.
where we can all see it, including, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh, he called that a strike.
It almost hit him in the knee.
Man. And that's for us. We're Eunice people.
I mean, I like it, but
yeah, golly. Man, that ball was in the batter's box, and he called it a strike.
Yeah, I mean, he had to dodge it. It almost hit him in the knee.
We will take it, but, man, I feel bad for that young man as Leva goes down on the strikeout, and that'll bring up Granger. That's what I'm talking about the strike zone. And that ball gets chipped over to first base. Big Rob going to scoop it up and step on first. So down goes Granger on the ground out.
Yeah. Bring up Trent Echeverria. He's a designated hitter.
Yeah. Can you say that one more time?
Nope.
I was wanting to hear it.
I'm not exactly what I said. I think I said Echeverria.
Yeah, that sounded
I
worse.
hope that's right.
That sounded more gringo than me right there. But anyway,
I need to roll my tongue.
something. Here comes that next pitch. Yeah. He calls that one a strike right down the outside edge, I'm assuming. So
must have caught the corner.
yeah. So 0-1 here to Trent. And that one is low and outside for strike 2. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, that one's a ball. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. So here comes Wilson. He's going to rock and fire that one inside for ball 2. So 2-1 here. Is back on the hill working quick is Wilson. Here comes the pitch, and that one's inside. You know, to me, that looked like the pitch he called the strikeout on a while ago. And it's way inside, but it's just
whatever kind of mood you're in at the time.
Yeah. Man, that's interesting crazy. For sure. So 3 balls and a strike. Here comes the pitch from Wilson. It's right down the middle for strike 2. So now we got a 3-2 count. 1
more, Wilson.
Yep.
Let's do this.
Get us out of this one for sure. Working quick. Wilson. He's going to kick and fire it toward home. It's right down the middle, and down he goes.
And that's it.
And down goes Echeverria on the strikeout. And so that'll get the Cardinals out of the second. We move to the third. The Cardinals lead 5-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Around here, we work hard on the field, in the classroom, and in life. And companies like Parker Energy, they're in our corner. Since 2006, they've delivered expert transport, pump truck, back truck, and disposal services. But more than that, they've supported us, our schools, our sports, our future. Thanks, Parker Energy, for showing up and believing in what we can do.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving. The Cardinals lead 5-0. We move into the third. And Charlie and I, during the timeout, just talking about the strike zone. It has just been an interesting year, and I hate to beat a dead horse, so to speak, but it is just it's just been so inconsistent.
Very, very inconsistent.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's people that say, well, we need them, and we do, but we also need some consistency.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just wonder what kind of training they have and stuff.
I don't know how you step up there and swing the bat as a batter when you don't know where and that's a good-looking pitch right
good.
there. That one was in there for a strike, and he called it a strike, and so that's a good call. So this is Ethan Wilson, the pitcher for this Cardinal team. He's batting in the 4 spot. There you go. Thank you. I'm trying to broadcast the game, and they stuck an umbrella up in front of
I was like, what are they doing? Is it a kid?
I don't know. They just held it. They never, opened it. They just held it up in front of me. I could see nothing for a while.
You done made an enemy over here,
I don't know. I might have. 1 ball, 1 strike here. No outs. Here comes that next pitch. Swung on and missed. And so Wilson now behind 1 and 2.
Wilson hit it.
Yep. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. No outs. We're in the top of the third. A 5-0 game. The Cardinals in the lead early. Here comes the next pitch, and swung on and missed, and down he goes. So down goes Wilson on the strikeout. That is the 4th K for Bobby Perez, as he is doing work on the mound.
He's a pretty good pitcher.
Yep, definitely. Always has been. He's one of those young men that no matter whether it was on the football field, the basketball
Just a
court,
good
just seems
athlete.
like he's always done well. And so that'll bring up Randy Gallegos. Young man walked his last trip up there as Gallegos decided to step out of the box.
Yeah, you got taking too long.
Yep. Is working quick now is Perez, and he throws that one high. 4 balls. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Gallegos.
Yeah, you got to kind of pause when you say outside for strike one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to just kind of chain there. Coming out of the dugout is going to be the coach.
I don't know what he's coming out.
I don't either.
He's doing
There's
a good job.
Yeah, there's some sort of discussion he was having with the first base ump, and now he heads out there for the first visit. And so he's going to head out there, brings in the whole infield. So
we need to get that music, the what do you call it? The doo 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 doo.
oh yeah, the Jeopardy.
Yeah, Jeopardy music.
I think Perez has done an excellent job.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's pitched the ball really well. He got in some trouble there in the first inning, but I tell you what, he's done a good job.
Yeah, I concur.
And so anyway, interesting. So it looks like everybody's back and ready. Once again, a 5-0 ball game. Gallegos at the plate. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle, and that's a good-looking pitch. So whatever he told him must have been good.
Worked, whatever it was.
So lots of ones up on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And Gallegos. And that one's a good-looking pitch, too. Maybe a little low. Yeah.
2 balls.
Down that outside corner, but probably just a little low. And with Gallegos, that's saying something because he's not a very big kid.
No.
So Gallegos back in there ready to go. Here comes the next pitch. That's kind of in that same spot. And so 3-1 now to Randy Gallegos. Wasting no time, working quick. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle.
Well, he
it's hit
whacked it.
high and foul. They're trying to find it. First baseman trying to get to it. And that ball's going to find the floor over there.
That'll count fool the count up.
Yep. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-2-1.
Contact.
Equals contact. So we'll see if Gallegos can make something happen or earn the walk, one or the other here.
Either way, punch one over the fence. Would they be happy with that?
Yep. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle. Hit hard toward center. Gallegos gave it a ride, and it's going to get over the head of the center fielder all the way to the center field fence, and Gallegos is into second with a stand-up double.
That's a nice hit. 3-2-1 contact.
He absolutely rocked that one into center, and Gallegos, the freshman, ain't very big, but he gave that one a ride.
Sure did.
And that'll bring up Serrano. And Serrano, he earned a walk his last trip to the plate. He is the DH for the Cardinals. And he steps up there with a runner on second and 1 out. Here comes the pitch. That one's high and inside, and he shaves Serrano's chinny chin with that one.
You won't have to shave this evening.
That's right. So back up there and ready. 1 ball, no strikes here. Gallegos with a good lead over at second. Bobby looking at him. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit toward right field.
Hit.
Oh, that was a good play by the first baseman as he did a fantastic job.
Wow.
And that was Munoz. Munoz got off, got on his horse. He got that one, fired it back over there.
Yeah, he was all the way to third.
Yeah, that was a good play there by Munoz.
Man, I thought that one was going by. That's a good catch.
Yeah, he did a really good job there and shut the Cardinals down as already ready to make the corner and head for home. The Cardinals get doubled up right there.
Like,
a great play by Munoz. He did a really good job right there.
That was good.
And so a good play by him. And so that'll move us into the bottom of the third. The Cardinals lead here 5-0. We'll keep it here. Shout out to some of these sponsors. Of course, we've got Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Public Schools, Redbird Gas, Parker Energy, NMR Pipeline, Outlaw Grill, Guns Up Services, Thomas Welding, Eunice Record, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Debbie's Country Kitchen, the City of Eunice, Badger Hydrovac, Eunice Health Clinic, IPS Incorporated, NMJC, Lavelle Insurance, Burrito Beast. Shout out to those folks. We appreciate you.
Couldn't do it without the sponsors, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
We wouldn't be here.
Shout out to Rosie. He's up enjoying the mountains.
The cool pines.
Shout out to Evie and everyone back at One Radio Square for keeping us in line.
Yeah.
And,
sometimes it's difficult.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're not an easy group to keep in line for sure.
But Evie's always nice about it, at least.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so it looks like Munoz may be the first batter up after that as he got his Falcon team out of that pinch that they were in there, runner in scoring position, and Munoz.
He looks like he might be a slugger.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was able to do some work. He's going to step up there ready here pretty soon. I was going to look and see if I could pull up his info if they have it entered. Some people do, some don't. I appreciate Tyler Almaguer, as I
keeps it in there pretty good.
He keeps that stuff in there pretty good.
And he's got the. If you any of the other coaches out there listening, please call him and see how he does his rosters and all that. Cause man,
it's nice.
It is.
Tyler Almaguer is the man. And that first pitch was low for strike one.
Low for strike one.
Yep, definitely low for strike one. This young man. They just have 2 games entered, and there's a little chipper over toward the first base foul line. Yeah, so Loving only has 4 of their games entered as far as their batting average, so they've got this young man at a 167 batting average, but there's only 2 games that have entered, so it's hard to see.
Kind of hard to get a good average.
Yeah, when you've only got 2 games entered, and there's a swing and a miss.
Set him down.
So down goes Munoz.
Well, just in case he is a slugger, I'm glad we got him quick.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, for sure.
Brings up Martin Addis, right fielder, number 11.
So
he's the 8th, his 9th batter.
Yeah.
He's the bottom.
So he's in there ready. That first pitch, man, that
inside for caught the inside corner for ball 1.
Yeah, man, that looked like a good pitch to me.
That was a lot closer. I mean, it wasn't near as far
way
out as the
closer
one.
than the one that they rung one up on a while ago. That one's right down the middle.
He took a swing at it.
So strike 2. All right, no, 1 and 1.
Strike 1, 1 and 1.
Okay, 1 and 1.
Yeah, because that one was a ball.
Yeah, you're right. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Here comes the pitch. It's right down the middle and blows that one by him for strike 2.
Like old Wilson's warming up. Starting to bring the heat.
Yep. Definitely fired that one by. On deck, you've got the top of the lineup in Bunch, who started the game off with a double earlier. Here we go.
She's sweet. She said she wouldn't trade us in for nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, whatever it is, y'all, nobody offer her something because she might.
Might trade us. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Here comes the pitch. Swing on and miss, and so down goes Arias. And that'll bring us to the top of the lineup. Number 2, Garrett Bunch. Young man started the game off with a double.
Sure did.
And this will be his second at bat. Once again, Wilson on the hill for the Cardinals. The junior. He's up there ready. Here comes the pitch.
Man,
that was a wild thing. You make my heart sing. Up there. That was that went behind the batter and went off the back wall. Definitely an interesting one. That came out of his hand a little funny.
Way funny.
So 1-0 here. And that one's going to go right down the first base line, trying to get over there. They flip it. And he beat him. No, he beat him. Oh. Yeah,
he didn't get out there. He didn't get his foot back quick enough.
Yeah, he didn't have his foot on the base as he was trying to tap it up. But I tell you what, that was a good good run by Bunch there as he hustled down the first base line and got there.
That's why you always got to truck it through first base. I mean.
Yep.
You see some guys go, oh, they're going to get me
Yep.
and slow down. Well, if you slow down, they're definitely going to get you.
So coming out onto the field is going to be Tyler again.
He said, I think they got him.
You know, it's the third time Tyler's been out there, and
Oh, was JP here today? Have you seen him?
I don't know. I have to look over there, and I can't see. Oh, yeah, that's the. Yeah, I can't see.
He might be on a don't go out there for a couple of games deal, even if he is there.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I'd put my glasses on, but then my glasses make me see where I can see far away.
Yeah, and then you can't see
But
your
then I
board.
can't. Then I can't see through the screen.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because
So I
they try to
think-
focus.
Yeah, or it seems like my eyes do. So it ends up like the camera. So here we go.
Ryan Echeverria, left fielder.
There you go.
Is that better?
And trying to get it. And they're
Then
going to
got him.
gun him.
Then got him.
And so down goes Bunch as he gets thrown out by Morales. Not too many people have stolen on Morales this year. He's
No.
been gunning them left and right all year long, but they keep trying. And so he gets another one as Morales will absolutely fire it. Something else we've seen him do several times is people will get big leads on either third or
And they'll
first.
throw
And as
'em
soon
out.
as he
Yep.
catches it, he'll gun it down there and get them before they can even turn around. So Morales guns another one down, gets the Cardinals out of that. A little bit of a pickle. It's still 5-0. We move to the fourth. The Cardinals with the lead here as we move to the fourth. And so, anyway, I we'll just keep it here. I think by the time we can send it for a commercial, we'd be right back. And
So, yeah, we're
just
5-0. We had that one good inning. So
Yep.
far, we haven't been able to put the bats on them
yep. Yeah, just
after that.
that one little spell there where we hit the ball pretty well and then kind of went cold after that. So we'll see if we can keep it going here. You know, this we talked about it when we got here, but this Loving Falcon baseball softball area is an interesting one, and the parking lot's a ways down.
Yeah, you got to get a taxi to get over here.
Yeah, you got to park
Get
a
you an
ways
Uber.
and then walk over. And I was noticing there's a lot of like Cardinal folks that park over here on the backside and then walk
okay.
through
I see
here.
that.
Anyway, they've got this new. They've completely redone a lot of their sports facilities here.
It looks
It looks
nice.
really good.
Yeah.
They've done a good job. It looks good.
If we could put in a petition to have them take this screen off
Yeah.
before next time.
Yeah,
I'd be happy.
I concur. That would be the one nice thing that, Mr. White, if you're listening, I'll call your daddy if you're not.
Go back and watch the video. You'll see why.
Yeah, yeah. It's the screen on the press boxes. It probably, if I was just sitting here watching the game, it wouldn't be too bad. But when you're in here trying to do what we're trying to do,
Yeah.
the screen makes it rough.
Not just for the camera, but just to see out there.
Yeah, and it's a nice little press box. It is nice.
Sure.
The whole setup is nice that they've got going. The screen just makes it hard for the camera. So, anyway, here we go. And is this Misa? It is. Yep.
2 balls, no strikes.
So Misa playing left field
Wait a
here
minute,
today.
He called a strike on that one.
Did he? 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh, man.
So Misa's back
Okay.
up there ready to go. 1 ball, 1 strike's what the board says. Here comes the pitch. And that one swung on and missed for strike 2. I think Misa went like 4 for 4 or something yesterday with
Yeah,
singles
yep,
every time
sure
he stepped
did.
up there. And he's got a strikeout here in his first at bat, and he's down 1-2 here in the second. Steps back up there ready to go. Here comes the pitch. That one's a big breaking ball, stays outside. 4 balls. So now we got 2-2. After this game, they'll have the JV game. We won't cover that. We'll be wrapping it up, heading out of here. The wife and kiddos are waiting for me at home. So
Yeah, I
I'll
got to
have
go to.
and there's a swing and a miss. So
Damn,
down goes
shut him down.
Brito.
I'm going to be heading from here to Lubbock.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Angelica's birthday was, happy birthday, Jelly, was Thursday. Hers is the second.
The second.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so 2 days ago.
And so we're going to take her to Lubbock to get her some sushi.
So is this Armandaris? Yep.
Yep.
He takes that first one
Rob.
for a strike. Big Rob. For some sushi, huh?
Yeah, there's a place over there, all you can eat sushi. It's like $30 and you get, well, all you can eat everything.
Oh, wow.
I usually just order something off the menu because I can't eat a whole lot.
Yeah.
And my grandson makes up.
Yeah.
He can make up for it.
Yep. I'm not sure what happened there. That was an interesting deal. The pitcher looked like he was just about to start his motion, and then just stopped. And so, anyway, it was an interesting deal.
Man.
And that pitch is a foot and a half outside from
For
my angle.
strike two.
For strike two. Or is that strike? Yeah, it's strike
That's
two.
two.
So the board shows 1-1-1, but I think it's 1-2-1. This Big Rob's back in there ready. Here comes the pitch. Big breaking ball, swung foul. So Big Rob trying to stay alive here, like Rosie.
Yeah. Staying alive. Staying alive. Come on, we need you, Rosie.
You know, I was noticing that here in Loving, they had redone some of the roads. Really nice roads, some of the sidewalks.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing a lot of improvements.
Yeah. Yeah, the oil boom has stretched over into this area, and it is definitely noticeable here.
Man, I ain't never seen so much equipment moving up and down the highways on a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I come back way.
Yeah, see, and I went up through Monument and then jumped on the Carlsbad Highway and came almost to Carlsbad, so I didn't come the back way.
I think I'm going back that way because if they're still moving all that, there's rigs and equipment. And
yeah. The
cranes.
last probably 2 or 3 times that I've tried to come that other way, which is the way for 20 years that I went, it's been like that. And so I've got to where I just don't go that way anymore. And that one's low and outside for ball 4. So Big Rob earns the walk. So he's got an RBI double and now a walk.
And here comes our bat boy.
Yep. Gallegos going to run out there, swoop that bat up, hustle back over toward the dugout. You know, something else that I've noticed this year, and it may be the first time I've ever paid attention enough to notice it as Adon Baeza comes up, is that, when we're at home, we're on the third base dugout.
Yeah.
Our softball and our baseball teams. We're on the third base side, and that ball's going to go all the way to the screen, and so Big Rob heads over to second. And here in Loving,
it's just the opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite. And, I had never thought about that until today when we got here. I was trying to figure out which team was Eunice and which team because they both wear red.
Yeah, because they're all wearing red.
Yeah, and we've got a uniform that looks similar to the one they're wearing, too. And so I was trying to figure it out, and it's interesting because I hadn't noticed, and there's a bunt right down the first base line. They're trying to get him over there, and it's going to be close. Oh, it was a close one. Cardinal fans not liking the call.
I thought the tie goes to the runner, no?
Yeah, that was a close one. As Coach Almaguer's
heading back again.
Yeah, he's back out there again.
He's like, let's talk again.
Coach Almaguer heads back out. I've seen him out of the dugout more today out there talking to folks than I've seen him probably all season.
Don't get kicked out.
Yeah.
Don't kick no dirt. You can't kick dirt. Don't kick no plastic on him.
So the ump now going to head over.
And the other coach is talking to this one.
Yeah. So the 2 umps now over here visiting, and they're visiting with the Loving
hear
coach.
some fans out there hollering something.
Yeah, the fans are hollering at Almaguer, telling him to go sit down and be quiet, all that good stuff. What is it? In Hobbs, anytime you have a basketball game, they're gonna say he's out. So all that debate, discussion, they say he's out. So
I'd say 99 times out of 100, that's what they're gonna do.
Oh
anyway.
Yeah. The Eunice faithful not liking
don't
it.
like it. Loving is clapping. They like it.
So still a 5-0 game here. As now we've got. Is this back to the top? Or we?
That's.
It is. It's
10,
Morales.
yep.
So we're back up to the top. As Don was the young man that they called out over there. He did move the runner over to third, though. So Morales, he's down 0-1 here. Steps back up there, ready to go. 2 outs, a 5-0 game. Big Rob standing on third. Bobby still on the hill for Loving. Big break, but that's a good-looking pitch right there.
Yeah.
And it broke completely out of the strike zone, but I guarantee you it started off right down the inside edge and then broke what looked like 3 or 4 feet and had Morales on his toes trying to reach out and touch it, and he couldn't get to it. And so that's a good-looking pitch from Bobby. So 0-2 here to Morales. And there's a strike right down the middle, swung on and missed, and so down goes Morales on the strikeout, his first strikeout of the game. That is the 5th strikeout for Bobby. He's doing a good job
doing some work.
trying to keep his team in it. If they could get some bats going, they'd have a chance in this ball game. Cardinals lead 5-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Guns Up Services is a proud supporter of the Eunice community and the Eunice Cardinals. Guns Up Services has been in business almost 15 years and is family owned and operated. Located at 2105 Avenue O in Eunice, Guns Up is your trusted vacuum truck, winch truck, frac tank, rental equipment, and dirt work provider. Guns Up Services in Eunice wants to cheer on the Eunice Cardinals and wish them luck this sports season. Guns Up Services, another proud supporter of all Lee County athletics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving. So we've got other than that first half of the first inning, we got a knockdown, drag-out, game. The Cardinals put up 5 in the first half of the first, but with the exception of those 5, it's zeros across the board here as we move into the bottom of the 4th.
And Loving always plays a tough game when we're
Absolutely.
here. Every year.
You talked about it a little bit before we got started, but last year we came over here and we were trying to figure out how to do a track meet. So we were playing with the phone, and we won the first game like 14-0, or so. It was a bunch. And I went down in between the games to talk to Coach Almaguer live on the radio.
After we won the first
we won the first game, and then we got our tails kicked in the second game. So we didn't do that anymore. But
he probably won't talk to me anymore.
And there's a dry foul back over the netting for strike 1.
For Ryan Echeverria, the left fielder, number 4.
Yep, young man grounded out his first trip to the plate. This is the second trip he's made up there. He is the left fielder. Stepping back in there, ready to go. Wilson still on the hill for the Cardinals. Here comes our next pitch, and it goes, the one thing that I always said, I think back on Michael Harlan. Michael Harlan in the 90s, it was common for us to have pro scouts sitting in the bleachers like with their radar because he threw the ball so hard, like in the mid to upper 90s. But kind of like that pitch that just happened, he'd lose one out of his hands and throw a fastball like behind a batter at 90 miles an hour. And then the next 2 would be right down the middle, and you'd have that batter on their heels in the back of because they didn't want to get hit by one of them rockets going dang near 100 miles an hour. And Wilson sometimes does a little of that. Yeah. He'll have one slip out of his hands and go behind the batter, and then he'll fire a couple of rockets right down the middle like that one right there that gets fouled off out of play. So it's 2-2. I know as a young man when I was batting, if you had somebody that threw the ball real hard, if they threw it over the plate or had good control, you could step in there and take a hack at it. It wasn't no big deal. But when they lose one that goes at your ear hole or your rib cage, and now you're ducking and bobbing and weaving, you start getting a little, reluctant to stand in there. And there he goes as Wilson gets him. As down goes Echeverria on the strikeout. That is the 5th strikeout for Wilson. Bobby Perez over on the other side has 5 as well in this ball game, and that'll bring up number 10, Tristan Ansuarez. He flew out his first at bat here today, and so Wilson already ready to work. He's already going to kick and fire. Here comes the pitch, right down the middle, hit foul into the netting.
That might have hit my truck. It went way over there.
So that'll be strike number 1.
It'd be kind of hard to hit one of our vehicles over here because it's way
that's
over
way
there.
over there. You'd have to cream a foul ball to get it to go that far over. Probably happens though. 5-0 is the score. Here comes a big breaking ball, and that one's hit high up over second. Second baseman's over there underneath it. That's Gallegos. He's going to make the catch. So the freshman wastes no time getting in there, making the catch. Fires it back in for out number 2. And so Ansuarez had a fly out his first at bat. He's got a fly out his second at bat. And now we'll bring up Brody Allen, who had a fly out his first at bat. So
really, we have an all-around good, like, defense is on point almost every single game. I don't know if we have a weak point, Jimmy.
So first pitch right there looked pretty good, as the Cardinal fans are saying what the heck, and the Loving faithful start clapping right away afterwards. That looked like a good-looking pitch. Called a ball.
That would have been high on Randy Gallegos, but on that boy there, he's pretty tall.
Yep. And that's man, that pitch looked outside to me, and he calls that one a strike. So, we'll take it. If you're a Cardinal fan, you like it. If you're a Loving fan, you say, what the heck? So one ball, one strike here. This is Allen. Here comes the next pitch, big breaking ball, and that ball looked like it was going to hit him. He turned his whole chest toward the ball and hit it.
Swung the bat.
Yeah, kept it alive. As that was a strange-looking – man.
Well, when you have all them calls like it's been getting, like you just got to try to hit them. You got
Even if it hits you in the chin.
Yeah, whatever, just hit it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. That one's hit high and foul. Right back over into the parking area. So 1 and 2, 2 outs here to Brody Allen, the catcher for this Loving Falcon team, as he steps back in there ready to go. Here comes the pitch. That one's low and outside for ball 2. So now we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
And we don't do that.
And we don't. Yeah, we can't mess with that right here, huh? As it is the wrong.
We go every once in a while to watch the Rockhounds. They got a sign out there that says "Watch for balls and bats." Like bats, and we were sitting there one night, and half a bat came over the fence and landed, almost hit somebody. It's a wonder it didn't.
Oh,
man,
him. I thought he hit him.
No.
As golly, he was bobbing and weaving right there. I thought they got him. And that's, when you're a catcher, you can bob and weave like that and not feel there as freaked out as everybody else did.
He's used to it.
We got a full count, 3-2. Here comes the pitch. And that one's hit hard, high over into the third base dugout area and lands over there out of play.
And as Rosie said, staying alive.
Yep. So Allen trying to keep him alive here. He's going to step back in there ready to go. Is that a Melanson sighting?
I believe it is.
Here's the pitch, and there's a high fly ball into shallow center. Center fielder trying to get up there, get under it, and he does. And so down goes Allen. That's his second fly out here of the ball game in his second trip to the plate, and that'll get the Cardinals out of another inning as we move to the 5th. The Cardinals lead 5-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Outlaw Grill's the perfect spot for family dinners and date nights. Craving something extraordinary? Outlaw Grill serves up delicious fire-grilled steaks, fresh seafood, and authentic Italian pasta, flavors you won't find anywhere else. Dine in or call ahead for a quick and easy gourmet meal in Hobbs, 575-392-2012, or the Eunice location, 575-942-2466. Proudly supporting Lee County athletics and academics, Outlaw Grill is your go-to for great food and community spirit. Come taste the difference at Outlaw Grill today.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. Here live in Loving as the Cardinals lead 5-0. And the Falcons here with Bobby Perez on the hill. He's got 5 strikeouts through 4 innings.
He's pitching a good game.
Yeah, he has.
Just that first inning, we chewed him up a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, ever since then, he's kind of had his thumb on us and kept everybody in control. As coming to the plate will be Luis Zamora, the shortstop. He's flown out his first 2 at-bats. So pop flies out into the outfield. He's hit them hard, just hit them right out there to people as that first pitch is inside for ball 1. Zamora, the shortstop for this Cardinal team. Not very often you see a whole game where he hadn't got, on the base. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And just as I say that, he drives one into left field, and now he's on first.
Got him a hit.
So Zamora with the single. And that'll bring up the slugger, Julian De Leon. He's got an RBI single. He struck out his last trip up. Young man leads this team in homers for the season, and I've mentioned it in our pregame. He's hit some home runs farther than just about anybody I've ever seen at Cardinal Field this year. He has absolutely hit some bombs, including one game where he had back-to-back bombs.
Yeah.
And so he steps up there ready to go, runner on first. They throw back over.
Almost overthrew him.
Zamora is another one of those players that don't usually stand on the base very long. He's usually on the move. So De Leon at the plate. No outs. We're in the top of the 5th. Here comes the pitch from Bobby. Oh, no. They're worried Zamora's going to go. You know, Zamora and Morales, usually if they're on base, they're not usually going to stand there very long, as there goes one driven foul, as Zamora had a huge lead by the time that ball was released, but didn't seem to be taken off.
Munoz over on first for Loving, man. He's got a glove now.
Yep.
Because that one really could have been over his head and missed, but he got up there and got it.
Yep. Showed us that 2-inch vertical.
Yeah.
As he got up there high and grabbed it for sure.
Up there.
As back on the hill is Bobby. He's going to kick and fire. Big breaking ball. That's a good-looking pitch right there. As he got De Leon watching. That's one thing about Bobby is he's got a good-looking breaking ball. When that one right there is a good-looking pitch. So 0-2 here to De Leon. You know, it's kind of slow, but it's got a lot of movement on it.
A lot of movement.
A lot of high-low movement as well. As that was an interesting deal as the catcher stood all the way up.
Is that legal?
Yeah, and he's going to do it again. As I guess they're expecting to run. And that one's going to be hit into right field. So De Leon just reaches out there and taps it into right. Zamora going to make the turn, and he's easily into third. And so De Leon doing what he needed to do, and he gets the single. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Ethan Wilson. Another one of the sluggers for this Cardinal team.
Had a home run last night.
And here comes Bat Boy Gallegos over to grab that bat. He's going to run it back over to the dugout.
He's getting his exercise on
Yes.
these games here. He's always moving.
So runners on the corners. Wilson. He had a 3-run shot over a rocket over left center last night. Can he step up here and do it again with a 5-0 lead? Wilson. Big lead over at first for De Leon. He's kind of leaning, though. And you can kind of see it. You could see it coming as he was leaning back, thinking the pitcher's going to whirl around, and he did. Had a big lead, but had a lot of lean going back toward first as they are trying to see if they can get him. And there goes De Leon, and they're not even going to throw it.
Yeah.
That is one thing we've talked about with this Cardinal team this year. Most of the time, if they've got runners on the corners and that runner goes, Eunice is going to throw it to second.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got a bunch of those runners this year that take off. And so, but most teams that you watch don't. When they've got runners on the corners, they a lot of times just give up that movement. As that looked like a good pitch, called a ball. I'm assuming he's going to say it was low, but it's a good-looking pitch right there.
Probably a little low.
So 2-0 here to Wilson. Runners in scoring position. Got runners on second and third. No outs for the Cardinals. And Wilson at the plate. Wilson steps in there ready. Bobby's going to kick and fire it toward home. Here comes the pitch. Big breaking ball. That's nice, a good-looking breaking ball. When he hits that breaking ball perfect like that, it's a good-looking pitch. Good-looking pitch.
It's high, then it's there.
Yep. The bottom falls out of it. It moves 3 or 4 foot from left to right, and it drops right down in there. That's a good-looking pitch. That was always my kryptonite.
Yeah.
A pitcher that could throw a breaking ball like that, I'd stand up there and I'd swing 3 times at one of those. Ray Birmingham, my buddy that coached at NMJC and then at the University of New Mexico, he and I still stay in contact all the time. When I was a freshman at NMJC, tried to convince me to join the baseball team, and I told him, I said, I can't hit the curveball, coach. And he said, I don't need you to hit anything. I just need you to be a pinch runner for me. Come run bases.
Fast.
He said, I don't need you to swing a bat. I don't need you to catch a ball. Just come run bases. I've stayed friends for many years. But anyway, it's I watch some of these guys like that breaking ball. I guarantee you, the breaking ball at Perez, I couldn't hit that sucker.
No.
As Wilson's going to earn the walk. And he's going to load the bases, and I'm assuming he'll have a courtesy runner trying to see who that is that's coming in for him.
Number 2.
Number 2. Yeah. That's going to be Isaac Melanson. So Melanson, the young quarterback of this football team next year, heads over to first. His brother he's a senior this year, going to graduate as the number 2 statistical quarterback in New Mexico high school football history. He's sitting over there. We got to see him pitch a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
And that first pitch is strike 1. This is Gallegos, the freshman, back at the plate. Gallegos,
he's a little slugger too.
Yeah, he had a walk. He had a double his last trip to the plate. A double here would be nice with the bases juiced. 5-0 is your score. That right down the middle.
Man.
And he watched that one go for a strike. So 0-2 to Gallegos. On deck for the Cardinals is Serrano. Man, huge lead out there at second.
Yeah, he's halfway to third.
Yeah, and so they've got all of the infield up in the green grass, and you look at that shortstop. I mean, he's playing just a few steps back behind the pitcher, and so there's nobody even close to second base, and so anyway, huge lead out there at second for the Cardinals. As here comes the pitch, and that one's hit high into left field, trying to get back underneath it. And he lost it. It's going to hit the turf, and so now here come all the runners. Easily going to score is Zamora, and De Leon slides over as the left fielder kind of lost his he was up. They were playing shallow, and they hit it deep.
A little cloudy up there, them little white puffy clouds. Probably lost it.
Yep, so Gallegos with an RBI single out of that, probably an error, but we'll give him an RBI single on my non-official stuff here. Andre Serrano comes to the plate. He had a walk and a fly out, and so no outs here. The base is juiced, a 6-0 game. Here comes the pitch, big breaking ball, and man, that came close to getting back in there. Perez has a good-looking curveball. That's a good-looking pitch. That's all you can say about it. Yeah.
He was looking like what?
Yep. So 1 ball, no strikes here. As runners don't have quite the same big leads that they had that last time. Standing out there at second, is that who is that? Oh, that's the pinch runner that came in for Wilson. Yeah. So that's Melanson. Yeah. He's not even in the box in the.
Can we do that?
I don't know. That's going to be an interesting deal. I've never seen that before. Serrano was standing outside the box, looking over there at his third base coach, and they threw the ball, and called it a strike. I've never seen that before.
Me neither.
Man, I'm getting some new stuff every time I step up here, and the Cardinals say, we'll make you pay for it as they hit it into center field. One run's going to score, another run's going to score, and they're going to hold the other one up as Serrano and the Cardinals with a 2 RBI single.
Yeah, I've never seen that. I didn't think you could pitch when he was
I
outside
didn't
the
either.
box.
Serrano, the pitcher stepped off the rubber, and so Serrano stepped outside the box.
I wonder if his foot was on that white line.
I don't know,
maybe.
but he never stepped back in. He was looking over at the third base coach, and they pitched and called it a strike. He was not in the box.
I've never seen that.
Never seen that. So runners now on the corners, no outs. It's an 8-0 game. The Cardinals with the lead. Here comes the pitch. That one's going to be high. And just strolling over to second is going to be Serrano. So still no outs here. 2 runners in scoring position. And Misa Brito at the plate. Brito with a couple of strikeouts here as he hits that one into right center field. Is it going to find? Oh, they scoop it up. Oh, and man, I thought Gallegos was going to go, and it looks like Coach Almaguer's like, hey, got to be ready. So the shortstop there did a really good job.
It was a little too shallow, I think. He was afraid to.
Yeah.
He probably could have got in here.
So Misa goes down on the fly out to shallow left center.
Brings up Big Rob.
Young man had an RBI double his first trip to the plate. He walked his last trip up, and he chops that one foul into the dirt, or into the turf, I guess that looks like dirt, for strike 1.
It's weird. We have all these really nice fields, and then we went and done a game, and me and Rosie went down in Lovington last year, and they got the dirtiest. They got dirt and old grass, and we're like, what's going on?
I love my Lee County Lovington people, but there's a drive into right center. Oh,
my goodness.
That was a great catch by the second baseman.
Sure
I thought it was going to get through, and it came off the bat, but that was a great catch as Big Rob hit it well.
And is that 3?
Yes, it
okay,
is.
I guess I had one.
Yeah, so he goes down on the line out. Yeah, just back to Lovington. You know, I go to their gym. I've been going to their gym for years. Even when I was in high school, I would sometimes go up there and play in the weekends. And, man, their parking lot is horrible.
Yeah.
The gym is old. It hadn't been upgraded in years.
I mean, it's a nice old gym, but it's old.
Yeah, it's a nice old hunk of junk gym. And, you know, I mean, you're right.
And the baseball field, like I said, it's definitely.
It's an old dirt. I mean, I think our Little League field as a whole is in better shape than their high school baseball field.
I was very surprised. That's the first time I've been to their baseball field.
Yeah. Now, they've got a nice football field, but they haven't done much to it. You know, when Brian Urlacher got to the NFL, then they started doing they built that indoor center and put the blue turf down. But as far as just renovating, they just haven't done much. And
I wonder if they don't get the oil field money.
Maybe
that part of
the school district. That's possible. You know, but it is a little shocking that Lovington, New Mexico, who
our county seat.
Yeah, and it's an amazing town. Got great people. I've just never understood. Somebody I was talking to this past year, we went up there to broadcast. I don't know if it was volleyball or basketball game, and I was like, man, this parking lot, it's paved, but it's almost dirt and gravel because it's just in such bad shape.
Hill repair.
Yeah. I mean, it's just.
They do have some good cameras. If anybody's listening.
They got an absolutely amazing setup. You know, and they've worked that out. They've got a class that they've put on through the school, and they work it out with Nomark, and so Nomark and them work together. It's not just you know, and so TJ and Don do what like you and I and Rosendo do.
But they run the cameras.
They have a class that runs all the cameras, and they have like professional cameras, not these little Walmart things we have that just can't focus through the screen.
I guess it came from the dollar store down there.
Yeah, they've got actual like broadcast cameras that they've taught their students, and their students are running them, and they have multiple cameras that they can switch back and forth, and they have a teacher that kind of runs a lot of that stuff, and it's a really neat setup. So I guess they do all that instead of buying a new stadium or whatever, paving their parking lot or
any of that stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, got a 8-0 game here in the bottom of the 5th.
Leyva up to bat.
Wilson still on the hill.
We got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Evan Leyva. He struck out his first trip up. He's the second baseman that made a great grab out there just a minute ago. Saved a run, and he hits that one high and foul right back over us. You know, the one thing that I've noticed here that's different than like our field, because we've got that screen that comes all the way back over. Every time a foul ball goes up, everybody in these bleachers are looking to the sky because they don't want to nod on their head.
They don't want one of them balls that whack you in the top of the head.
That's right. Oh,
got him. Ooh, that was a nice looking.
Yes, it was. As Wilson with his 6K of the ball game. And down goes Leyva with his second strikeout, and that'll bring up Marquise Granger, number 13, as he comes up here ready to go. So one out here in the bottom of the fifth. Is settling in there is number 13. He grounded out his first trip up, and that first pitch is low. He was getting out of the way. He was on his horse getting out from behind that plate.
At least he didn't call a strike afterwards.
Yes. So 1 ball, no strikes here to Granger. Wilson going to kick and fire it toward home. Swung, hit foul. So 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A lot of ones.
Yep. And 1-3 up at the plate. So Ethan Wilson, Big E, wearing number 8 here this year. Kobe Bryant.
Yep.
As that one was high and inside. Yep. So I think that's ball 2, right?
Ball 2. 2-1.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, and an out here in an 8-0 game. Be nice if the Cardinals could put a couple more runs up and hold Loving here and go ahead and just get this done. Yesterday when we started saying that, we thought we might get out of there.
It ended up being a marathon game.
Yes, it did. Just when we thought we were done, we weren't. So 8-0 is your score here. Here comes the pitch. That ball swung and missed.
That'll
and so
make the count full.
Yep. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 3-2-1.
Money pitch.
Here comes the pitch from Wilson. Right down the middle, and down he goes. And so that is the 7th strikeout for Wilson. And Granger goes down on the strikeout, and that'll bring up Trent Echeverria up to the plate. Number 15, he's the DH. He struck out his last trip up. Coach gives him the signal, and he's looking at the wristband or something there as he steps in. Wilson wasting no time. He's already ready to kick and fire. Here he goes. Here comes the pitch. Right down the middle, swung and hit foul for strike 1.
And I come right past that ump. If it hits you in the arm, it's going to hurt.
I concur.
Come back fast.
Yeah, that definitely wake you up. Yeah, so I got a message here from Rance Colburn saying that the picture is really bad here at the game, and I agree. But there's nothing we can do about it.
Not really much we can do.
Just so that everybody's aware, we've said this a couple times, but they've got a screening right here in the press box, basically on the windows.
Not only that, but it's a double screen because you got the one out there too.
And that's what I was going to say. So you've got the screening on the front of the press box, and then you've got the screening out there. So for our camera, for those of you messaging me saying the picture's bad, that's why the camera wants to focus on the screen. So it makes it hard, as that pitch was outside for strike number 2. Yeah, I understand. I get it. But I don't know that there's anything we can do. 2 balls, 2 strikes here, 2 outs in an 8-0 game. Wilson still doing work. He rips that one right down the middle and gets fouled.
Defending the plate there.
Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 more strike and we're out of this one.
Yep. So 2-2-2. Wilson steps back up there. Took a little break there. Usually working fast. Took a break on that one and then
Got him.
took a breath and threw one right down the middle for strikeout number 8 for Wilson. And so down goes Echeverria. And so that'll move us to the 6th inning here. The Cardinals lead 8-0. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hard-working team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports here live in Loving as the Cardinals lead 8-0. We're in the top of the 6th. If the Cardinals could put 2 runs on the board here and then have a stop, we'd go home.
Yes, and that would be nice.
Yep. So,
Well, let's go ahead and get about 4 runs. That way we can make sure,
yeah, they had Los Tigres playing during the break there. I started to jump up and do some dancing, but I decided against it.
Probably would have warmed you up.
Yeah, people might not understand, the gray-headed gringo over here dancing to the Tigres and so tonight is my wife's aunt's big birthday party, and it's at.
You're gonna be doing some of that.
I'll probably be doing a little Tigres dancing here in just a little bit, so I gotta save all my energy.
Yeah.
Getting old, I don't. As that pitch is right down the middle for ball number 1.
1-1. The last one was low and outside for strike 1.
Oh, that last one he called strike?
Well, not that one, but the one before, yeah.
Really? Oh, did he hit him?
I think it got him.
Oh, man. He did. He hit him
He
so
wasn't
hard he
gonna
had to
go.
think about it a
Like,
minute.
do I go?
So Adon gets hit by a pitch, and he heads over to first.
You're like, I don't want to get hit by the pitch. I want to hit the ball.
Yeah. And that'll bring up Morales to the plate, the leadoff batter for the Cardinals. So now you put Adon, who's got some wheels over there at first. Not sure if he's got Morales wheels, but he's definitely got wheels.
Yeah.
As he'll definitely be one you'll have to keep an eye on, because he may go as Morales going to square around and show bunt. They're going to throw that pitch outside for ball 1. And Adon was not even remotely acting like he was even going to go. Maybe that shot kind of rocked him a little bit there. It looked like they're trying to get everybody on the same page as Isaac stepped out of the box for a minute. Back in there. Here comes the pitch. They did have a pitching change. They've got Garrett Wages.
Yeah.
See if he can earn his wages here as he is on the hill. 8-0 is the lead for the Cardinals here. We're in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, you can step out of that box, but you got to be careful.
Yeah, 'cause it might
throw a
pitch.
strike in there.
And that one's high for ball number 2. Is that right?
2-1.
Is it 2-1? Is that what the
2-1.
So 2 balls and a strike here, no outs. Runner on first. Adon starting to get a bigger lead here as I thought he was going to go, and that pitch is down that outside corner.
For strike two.
For strike two. I thought that was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, it did look like I can't talk, but it looked like it caught the corner.
Yep. So 2-2, no outs, 8-0 game. Top of the sixth, Adon Baeza with a lead, and there he goes. He takes off. It's a hit and run. It's a chopper, and it's going to be foul. Chop, chop, chopper style as he hit that one into foul territory.
Just got some practice running down to second.
Yeah, Adon stretched his legs a little bit. You know, the interesting thing about baseball, since most of these fields have went to that turf, is you don't see the umpire having to get out there with his little brush and brush the plate off anymore. Yeah. I thought about that just now. It's almost always all nice and pretty. And that's high for ball 4. So Morales earns the walk. That's the second walk for him here in his 4 trips to the plate. And now you bring up Zamora. And Zamora, he had a single his last trip up into the outfield. And so now no outs, runners on first and second. And here comes the shortstop in senior Zamora. And on deck, you've got the slugger, Julian De Leon, as he heads over there into the on-deck circle. So Zamora steps up ready. He's going to square around and show bunt, and then he pulled it back for ball 1 as he looked like he was going to bunt that ball.
Yeah, he sure did.
Not only did he square around like they do sometimes to throw the pitcher off, he
was ready.
He looked like he was going to actually bunt the ball. And I guess with no outs, maybe to try to put 2 runs up, maybe
in scoring position.
He's going to square around again. So I think he's going to bunt the ball. And he pulled it back. Oh, and now we got everybody in a pickle. Everybody's in a pickle. Everybody's in a pickle.
Why did it keep going?
I'm wondering if
the first base, he was coming on down to second. He thought he had to go.
So the runner, was that Adon? Who was that over on second? That's Morales, huh?
Yeah.
Was already on second. So at that point, Adon just had to duck and go. I don't know what we had going there. I'm assuming it was maybe a hit and run.
Maybe.
But anyway, now we've got an out. And so didn't look very pretty right there.
No, it didn't look good at all.
Looked like either some confusion in what we were trying to do or not dedicated to do what we were asked to do. Something happened there because that was a weird deal that cost us an out. And instead of the bases being loaded right now as Zamora earns the walk, we've got an out, runners on first and second. So that'll bring De Leon up to the plate. He's got an RBI single, a single, and a strikeout in his 3 trips up to the plate here today, but hasn't really put the bat on the ball like we've seen him do all year long. Is heading over to third and in there.
So the runners both advance.
Yep. I think that's probably what they were trying to do a while ago, but Adon, I think, stopped about halfway and decided he was going back, and it was too late as we already had somebody standing on second. And so here we go. Here comes the next pitch, and he stretched out there and whipped at that one for strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, a half a rock boogie on an 8-0 ball game here in the top of the 6th. De Leon at the plate. Little bit high as the catcher held it there an extra second or 2 to say, hey, that's not real high, but the ump didn't agree. Right down the middle, just a little high. 2 balls, 1 strike, and an out. De Leon in there ready. Here comes the pitch, and that one's inside and high for ball 3. So 3-1. De Leon, I'm sure, is going to have the green light as he steps in there ready. So will Wade just throw him a meat pitch down the middle? It would sure be nice to see him get a hold of one here. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be outside for ball 4.
So that'll load him up.
So
for Wilson.
Yeah. So headed over to first is De Leon on the walk. And now you'll see Wilson come to the plate. He had a single, a strikeout, and a walk in his 3 trips prior. He comes to the plate. He's the pitcher. He could
he's due for one right now.
Bases juiced. 1 out, 8-0 game. And Wilson comes to the plate. The catcher, Brody Allen, wanted to talk about it for just a minute, run out there to visit with his pitcher. Once again, this is a new pitcher, Garrett Wages, on the hill for Loving. They made the change here between the 5th and the 6th. So Wilson up there. I heard a let's go Ethan. Here comes the first pitch, and that one's going to be outside for strike one.
Wow. Low and outside, I thought.
Low and outside. When you're 6'4", that's a little low and outside for strike one, though. As it's 0-1. Wilson back in there ready. Here comes the next pitch, and that one's low and outside for ball one. So
two identical
very close
pitches
to the one before. Not a whole lot of difference in the two, maybe a little, but not much. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here comes the next pitch. Ooh, and that looked like meat, as Wilson thought so too, he swung at that one almost twice as he went all the way around and brought his bat back halfway around again. So that makes it 1-2. So now he's just got to stand in there, guard the plate, and put the bat on the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases juiced. Big lead out there at second. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be high for ball 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes in and out. Loaded up bases. As De Leon going to walk off of first over there. Big lead at second. And that one's going to be way outside for ball 3. So now we got a 3-2-1, which usually results in contact. So 3-2-1, Artemis to Wilson. Artemis to Wilson. We need to launch here.
We don't need no failures to launch.
And the bases are loaded. Here comes the pitch from Wages. And
oh, wow. I don't know.
Wilson didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
And neither does Almaguer, as they just threw Almaguer out of the game.
Really?
The ump just threw Almaguer out. He turned and pointed to the bleachers, so I'm assuming he just tossed him. And here comes Almaguer up here to visit with the...
He's like, yeah, we're going to toss.
Yeah.
He's not happy.
So Almaguer, I think, just got tossed. And our coach yesterday got tossed. So I think, and I'm looking out there, all I see is
bad luck with getting tossed.
All I see is Jorge Cito Ontiveros now, as Tyler Almaguer, I think, is headed for the shower. And the Loving Faithful fan going crazy. And out comes Tyson Jones. He's going to limp out there to coach first base.
Doggone it.
As Jorge Cito strolls over to third, as Wilson gets tossed. No, I'm sorry. Wilson didn't get tossed. He got struck out. I'm sorry. I don't want to say that he got tossed.
I didn't agree with that either. It looked high and outside.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
got to be consistent on these calls, man.
It is the strike zone has been so inconsistent, but it's been that way all year.
I just wish we had a better quality of video to go back and look at.
Yeah, and our video here today is not good. And now you've got the Loving coach going to come out and visit, and you got the whole team headed to the. And so now it looks like they're calling over, the umpire's calling over Jorge Ontiveros, Coach Ontiveros, to talk to him. And Coach Ontiveros just going to stand there in his box and say, I don't have nothing to say. As they're still, I have no idea what's going on as the umps are talking, and now they're headed back out there on the field. I'm not sure they have any idea what's going on either. 8-0 is the score. And so that'll bring up Gallegos with 2 outs, and here comes the first pitch, and it's high and outside, and they throw it over toward third, trying to get it over there, and they're going to slide him in, and he's safe. And so stealing home is going to be Morales, and so he makes it 9, and the Cardinals are getting pumped up here after they watch their coach sent to the showers, second coach in 2 nights.
Hey, that'll get them wired up too.
It might do it. As the umpire now stops the game. Looks like they got one out there in the field tying a shoe. So runners all move around, and so now 9-0. So all we got to do is get Wilson step up there and get the stop so we can head to the house.
I'm a nose.
And score, and coming to the plate is still Gallegos, and he's got a 1-0 count. Here comes the first pitch, high for ball 2. So 2-0 to Gallegos.
Actually, I think it was a strike in there because I got 2-1 here.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Right. And that's another thing about this ump. He never, like, raises his
he
fingers
don't
and
give you a
shows the
count.
count. He could care less. He's like, I just want to toss some people out the game and call inconsistent balls and strikes.
This is a Saturday crew, huh?
I'm telling you.
What'd you say? Hopefully the worst crew don't pass.
That's right. Yeah, this ain't the worst crew in the world, but
if
I sure hope that worst one don't quit. As there's a pitch right down the
loaded them
middle
up
for a
again.
ball, so that'll send Gallegos over to first as he earns the walk.
And our DH is up.
So the designated hitter comes to the plate, Serrano. He had a 2 RBI single his last trip to the plate. And so with 2 outs, he'll step up there with the bases juiced. There's one thing about it. Baseball's been entertaining the last couple games for sure. Here comes the first pitch to Serrano, and it's way high and outside.
For strike one? No.
that one was 2 foot above his head and 4 foot outside.
Well, I think Almaguer has some very legitimate complaints.
Yeah, I would think so, but I just don't know anymore. And there's a
Look
high
at
fly
that.
ball
That's gone, baby.
to deep left field.
That's
It's
gone.
way
That's
back.
gone.
He's up against
Oh,
the
he
wall,
got it.
and he made the catch.
That was
and
a good catch.
Great catch
That
out
was
there
great.
in left field. As Serrano almost went yard and making the catch against the wall on the
Wow,
run.
that was
That's a great catch right there. And especially considering in the last inning he had one hit that was almost to him. He got turned around. It hit the turf. That one he catches on the run out against the wall and probably saved at least 3 runs.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a great catch out there in left field by that young man. That
Definitely.
is, I believe that's Echeverria.
Yeah.
So,
left field.
yep.
Yes. Yeah.
So they that keeps this ball game going one way or the other. It's 9-0 as we move to the bottom of the 6th. We'll keep it here.
I'm having like a deja vu from last night.
Man, last night we were so close to ending the game early every inning.
Single inning.
And then we'd have a couple more runs, and then we'd drag it out another inning, and the next thing you know, 3.5 hours later, we were still out there at the field in the middle of the night. And so anyway, shout out to some of our sponsors: Eunice Pump and Supply, Eunice Public Schools, Redbird Gas, Parker Energy Services, NMR Pipeline, Outlaw Grill, Guns Up Services, Thomas Welding, Eunice Wrecker, Redbird Garage, Cardinal Hardware, Debbie's Country Kitchen, the City of Eunice, Badger Hydrovac, Eunice Health Clinic, IPS Incorporated, NMJC, Lavelle Insurance, and Burrito Beast. And we're going to have Munoz coming to the plate. Wilson still on the hill for the Cardinals, trying to finish this game out. And
He's still chunking them pretty good.
Yes, he is. Man, just needed one more run there and then a stop here. And we'd have been done. But instead we're at 9-0. And we move into the bottom of the 6th as Munoz comes to the plate for Loving. This young man struck out his first trip up, and he's back here for trip number 2. And he's got somebody new over there in the on-deck circle. That's number 6, Wyatt Hunt. And there's a drive into left field as Munoz. And that ball got booted, and they're going to scoop it up, and it rolls all the way to the fence.
And he's on his pony. He got there.
Yes, it was. The left fielder booted. And Munoz then waves to the crowd like, I did that, as he's second. You know, Munoz is one of those kids that just watching is fun to watch because he has a good time out there playing for sure. He just whacked that one all the way to the wall, and now he stands on second. And they're going to send in the runner for him, and Munoz is like, hey, just let me go ahead and scoot on around these bases. And he's going to head back over to the dugout. So a good hit there by Munoz. And that'll bring up a new batter in number 6, Wyatt Hunt, I believe is who that is.
6 is Lucas.
No, that's
you're
on
right.
our team.
I was on the other side.
Yep. And so looks like with the change, the ump's having to change his info there. So on deck is number 2, the top of the lineup, Garrett Bunch. And so this young man, this will be his first trip to the plate. And so Wyatt Hunt. So we're in a 9-0 game. Man, Charlie, I got to agree with you. I think I see deja vu of last night all over again, where we got up 9 runs and just never could get over the 10, and it just kind of hung out at that. And Wyatt squared around, and he had kind of a bunt swing there for strike number 1. So Wilson not quite working as fast as he was earlier. Kind of slowed things down here a little bit. 0-1. Wilson turns around, looks at second, going to fire that one toward home, and Wyatt says, I'm going to swing bunt at it again for strike 2. So the coach giving him some instruction here with an 0-2 count. Now does he swing or does he stick with the bunt?
I bet he swings on this one.
So here he goes. Looks like he's got his hands on his bat still regular. So I think he is. He is going to swing, and he stayed alive there. Fouls that one into the netting. Keeps it 0-2. So 0-2 here to Wyatt Hunt. He is in the hunt here.
In the hunt for a good hit. That's what he wants.
Wilson on the hill. Going to kick and fire toward home and right down the middle, but I'm assuming they're going to say that was low for ball number 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. You know, the one thing that from our angle that we struggle with sometimes is the low pitches. Yeah. It's hard to tell how low it is from here, and that is one that it's hard to see. Whether it's inside, outside, over the plate, we've got a great view of that, and down he goes. That's Wilson's 9th strikeout of the ball game, and so down goes Hunt on the strikeout. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Garrett Bunch. Young man had a double and a single in his first 2 trips up today, so he is he's done well. He's got on base every time he's been up there. He's got a runner standing on second with a big lead and 1 out. It's a 9-0 game. Garrett up there ready to go. Here comes the first pitch, and it looked like a good one right down the middle, and I'm assuming he's going to say that's high, and Wilson is frustrated. You can just see it. He did not like that he didn't get that call there.
Right down the middle for ball 1.
That looked like a strike. I just don't get it. 1 ball, no strikes here. Here comes the next pitch, and that one is
oh, it's a ball for low, I guess. Huh?
I'm assuming low. It's definitely on the inside half of the plate. From our angle, like I said, the only place that could have been is maybe low.
Yeah.
So 2 balls, no strikes. Let's see. Just sometimes you just kind of lose what to say. I mean, you're out of words, and that one is low, and it's going to roll all the way to the turf. As now we got 3-0 here, as that one definitely was not a strike.
All right, Wilson, let's get it done here, sir.
Yep. As Morales going to stroll out here and visit with Wilson a minute. As the young lady's not very happy, huh?
Got her hands full with that one.
Kind of looked like me a while ago when they threw out Tyler. Yeah. So 9-0 is your score. Morales goes out, visits with Wilson. He's just trying to calm him down because there's a couple of those pitches there that just could have went either way, and there's ball number 4. So
he was squared around the bunt. I think he was just trying to throw the pitcher off.
Yeah, for sure, as he walks. And that'll bring up Ryan Echeverria. He had a ground out and a strikeout.
He's the one that saved us our probably a 3-run a while ago. He's
out
left
there in left field.
Yep.
As he steps in there ready to go. He's got runners on the corners. As here comes the first pitch from Wilson, and it's down the center half. Oh, and they're gonna pull it off, and then they turn over and look toward the Eunice crowd and clap.
Wow.
and toward the dugout. That was an interesting deal here. That's number 9,
They got a run.
Austin Bunch. He turned around and started clapping toward the Eunice dugout like. And the runner slides into second, and he's over there looking
Looked like he might have hurt
injured,
himself.
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. As the coach heads over to talk to him, and I don't know if he took a shot in the cojones.
I think it was the honeycombs,
Yeah, maybe.
the marbles.
Yeah, because a lot of people are giggling, and, you know, you don't usually giggle, but when you get hit
Hey.
in those, sometimes you do.
Well, the one that gets hit don't, but everybody else does.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
He was-
usually how it works.
He was like telling the coach to get away from him, and even the coach is giggling, so I guess, you know. So here we go. 1 ball, no strikes here. Here comes the first pitch, swung on and missed. So Loving been able to score a run here. It's 9-1, and so they're not dead yet, as they are still in this thing. As the score out there on the board is 9-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. So here comes the pitch. There's a high fly ball up behind first. First baseman trying to get over there to it.
And
It's Big
does.
Rob, and he does. He's going to make the catch, and so Big Rob gets that one way over in foul territory. In most fields, that would have probably been out of play. But in this one, you talk about that big
Yeah,
space
there's a lot
that they
of
have.
room in
Yep.
there.
And so getting over and making that grab was Big Rob.
I wonder why they did it this way.
It's interesting.
Because there's a ton of space on both sides and behind the plate.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I concur. And this is this on Suarez?
Should be, yes. Yep.
And that ball gets fouled right back to us.
Yeah, that's on
This
Suarez.
is on Suarez. Brody Allen on deck. 2 outs. It's a 9-1 game. Runner standing on second. So back in there. Wilson still on the hill. He's pitched through 6
Yeah,
here.
it's bottom of 6.
And there's a
Ooh,
swing and a
nice.
miss on a big breaking ball. And so 0-2 here from Wilson. In a 9-1 ball game. So Wilson steps back up there with a runner on second.
Reckon you can go down there and get Tyler to talk to you after this one?
There's a chipper over to short. Zamora going to scoop it up, fires
Got him.
one over, and he gets him. And so Zamora with a nice play, and that'll send us to the 7th with a 9-1 ball game. You're listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports.
Redbird Garage is your hometown local mechanic shop specializing in minor and major repairs from oil changes, car washes, brake work, AC repair, and so much more. For more information, call 575-394-8828. Call 575-394-8828. Redbird Garage, 1800 North Main Street is your hometown mechanic shop, committed to always doing what's right for you and your vehicle. Redbird Garage is a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage of Eunice Cardinal Sports. We've got a pitch and change here as the number 2 Garrett Bunch will come out. He was playing center field. He'll come out here and pitch this inning here. We are in the 7th. If the Cardinals can just kind of hang on here, they'll cruise to another victory. And right now it's 9-1. And I was trying to see. Looks like Misa is coming to the plate. A young man, the lefty, a freshman. He'll be the first batter here in this inning for the Cardinals. Speaking of Redbird Gas, there's the Parkers.
Yeah.
Owners of Redbird Gas.
They must have a JV baller playing today.
Yep, I would concur. Because after this game, they'll have the JV game. We won't stick around for that one, but they will have it happening as Misa, the freshman, steps in there ready to go. Here comes that pitch, and it's low and inside for ball 1.
He
wow.
extended the stream just in case.
Till 5. Yeah, you might need to, Evie. All right, so 1 ball, and now there's 2 balls. That one's going to be high for ball 2. So 2-0 here to Misa. Tyson Jones looking good over there in that first base coaching box. And, of course, Jorge Antavero was standing out there on the third base line, and that pitch is going to be low for strike 1. So 2 balls, 1 strike. It's an interesting game. It's been just an interesting couple of games for sure. Here comes that next pitch, and that one's low and inside and fouled. No, did he foul it or no? Maybe?
Maybe.
I think it's a strike, but 2 balls, 2 strikes. Misa had kind of a funny looking swing at that. I think maybe he chipped it off into the catcher's mitt for strike 2. So 2-2. Back up there ready. Here comes the pitch, and that one's going to be just a bit outside.
Yeah.
That was a close one right
Close.
there. I would not have been surprised to hear.
I seen something farther that was a strike.
Me too. That was a close one, and he calls it a ball. We'll take it. 3 balls, 2 strikes here, no outs. 9-1. Here comes this pitch. It's right down the middle, chipped over toward third. Third baseman trying to get under it, and he will. So down goes Misa on the fly out. His second fly out in his last 2 at bats, and that'll bring up Big Rob, Carlos Armendariz, as he will come to the plate with a 9-1 lead, 1 out.
Big Rob.
The young man had an absolute rocket of a line out his last trip up there. He had a double with an RBI his first at bat of the ball game, and then he walked once here today as well. So little Gallegos comes over and scoops up that one, and he shoots that one into right field, and so Big Rob with the single.
Yep.
Tell you what, Big Rob is doing work.
He is.
Man, Mom over there screaming, way to go, baby, but I guarantee you, he ain't looking like no baby out there. He's about 6'2", 6'3", maybe a little taller than that, and he's hitting that dang baseball. So Big Rob stands on first. I'm assuming we're going to have a pinch runner, a courtesy runner for him. Trying to see who this is. Almost looks like Lucas. Is that Lucas?
Is that 6? 6, I think.
It is. Lucas Lopez, the speedster from the football team, comes in and heads over to first base.
Get them wheels rolling, sir.
That's right. So Big Rob will go take it easy. And now coming in will be Adan Baeza. He got hit by a pitch his last trip up there, and he'll have a runner in Lopez that can move as he hammers that one to center. Center fielder slipped, trying to get to it, and he boots it. And so Lucas Lopez on his horse, he's headed all the way, and he's going to stroll into the home plate like easy on a Sunday morning, and Adan stands on third as the center fielder slipped and the ball went to the wall. And on my paperwork, I'll show it as an RBI triple for Adan Baeza. Probably an error if you're the official stat keeper, which I'm not. So
we can put what we want to on here.
That's right. So Isaac Morales now comes up, the leadoff batter for the Cardinals. He has walked twice. He had a single, and then he struck out earlier as he steps up here ready to go. The Cardinals now lead 10-1. So here comes Morales, the catcher. You've got shortstop in Zamora on deck. 1 out in a 10-1 game. After a little pause there, now both sides look to be ready. Here comes the pitch from Bunch. It's right down the middle. It's hit hard into shallow left field. Shortstop trying to get there. He does. Coming. They're going to tag, and here comes the play at the plate, and easily in there is a Don Baeza. So an RBI fly out, and then pointing over is Morales. I guess we've got some talking going between the Falcons and the Cardinals as Morales started doing a little talking over as
a little jawing.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening out there. So a fly out on the RBI, and now comes Zamora. Zamora up to the plate, and he hits that one right towards second base. Short's going to scoop it, fire it across. Oh, no.
Wow, I thought he was across 10 seconds before.
And so they called Zamora out on the ground out. Man,
wow.
I'm going to have to go back and watch a couple of these because that one right there to me just looked like he was there. You know, Zamora's a pretty quiet fella. He didn't say anything. He just turned around, and you see him visiting with Tyson Jones and strolling across. But not before the Cardinals scored another one. It's 11-1 here as we move to the bottom of the 7th. Let's see if Big Wilson stays on the hill. He is. He's jogging back out to the hill. See if he can finish this ball game off. He's give up 1 run in 6 innings. Can he pull out the complete game here?
Well, this will do it, right? Either way.
Yeah. As long as we don't give up 10 plus, then it would do it. So Wilson, as Morales had just batted the time before, so it'll probably take him just a bit to get his catching gear on. And anyway, Tyson Jones a lot of times historically was the guy that would run out here and just play catch with him until, but with his injury, he's still in the box. And so here comes Morales laid out of the dugout. He's hustling over. And so once again, a shout out to some of these sponsors. Eunice Pump and Supply, the Nogelmeyers and the Matthews. Eunice Public Schools, Mr. Hatch, Rosie. Senator Gallegos. Anthony Pender. Yeah. Miss Hahn. Matt Coy. Did I get everybody? Did I miss anybody? I think that's everybody.
That's it.
Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker, Redbird Gas, we just mentioned them. NMR Pipeline, Dale Bettis, Stacy Pop and that group. Outlaw Grill, Mr. Johnny Robertson. Guns Up Services, the Thompson family. Thomas Welding, Justin Thomas, Morgan, Kirk, that whole gang over there doing big things. Eunice Record, John Dean and Maureen Davis. Saw John Dean on my way here. Talked to JD on my way here. So, Redbird Garage, Josh and Erica Jones. Definitely a shout out to them, my fam. Cardinal Hardware, the Davis and the Myers family. Debbie's Country Kitchen. I don't know if she'll be open tomorrow or not with it being Easter.
She wasn't open I think it was open early, but at 10 when I went back by there, they were closed already. Open.
So shout out to Debbie. The City of Eunice, Mayor John Dean Davis, City Manager Shannon Cummins, and all the group over there. Badger Hydrovac, the Eunice Health Clinic, IPS Incorporated, NMJC, Lavelle Insurance, and Burrito Beast.
Still got to go there.
We go. Brody Allen steps to the plate. Can the Falcons try to stay alive here, or can Wilson finish him off with a complete game as he gets Brody swinging early on the changeup to make it 0-1. Wilson back on the hill. Allen at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Big breaking ball. Hit over toward shallow right. Stepping back is Gallegos, who easily makes the catch. And down goes Allen for his third short fly ball out here in this ball game. They've been able to just completely shut down Brody Allen here, as Brody ain't been able to get her going.
12 coming up, Cisco Lehigh.
Yeah.
New batter.
So Cisco Lehigh, a young man, wears number 1-2. As the coach comes over, tells the umpire. And so on deck, we've got 13 Marquise Grangers, so I'm assuming he's batting for Evan Leva.
Yeah.
And so lay high for Leva. It's the ump trying to get his notes in order. He's writing on that notepad. Kicked out Tyler Almaguer.
And that's, well,
You know, yeah, it's interesting.
I didn't think, of course, we can't hear what's happening down
can't hear
the
what's
field.
being said.
He might have said something that really got him.
Yeah, who
booed.
knows?
I don't know.
It's been interesting. Here comes that first pitch, swing on and miss. And shout out to Josh and Erica Jones. They said they're listening at work.
Yeah,
working.
Working on Saturday.
Working on Saturday, which I know they do typically work on Saturdays. I just didn't know if they worked on Easter Saturday.
Yeah.
But, you know, definitely when you gotta work, you gotta make that money. You gotta do it for sure. Look at us.
Yeah, we're here working.
We ain't
We're
making
making
that
big
money,
bucks.
though. Yeah.
Making them big numbers.
Yeah, we ain't making that money, but we are out here working.
But we're having fun. That's all
yeah.
that matters.
Yeah, talking trash like we do. 11-1 is your score here. Lay high with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Wilson still on the hill. Wilson gonna kick and fire toward home, and it's man, it's a foot outside, called strike. We'll take it.
He's getting hungry.
I'm telling you, 10 strikeouts for Wilson, as down goes Leha on the strikeout, and that'll bring up number 13, Marquise Granger. He had a ground out and a strikeout his first two trips to the plate, and he'll step in there for another shot. Wilson wasting no time, kicks and fires low and outside for ball 1.
That looked like the same as that other one. Sure
Yeah,
wasn't a strike.
man, I tell you, I definitely.
I mean, it ain't like they're calling it for one team or the other.
Oh
They're
no,
just calling
no,
the,
yeah, it's
calling
just
it all
here,
over
there,
the
and
place.
everywhere, and there's a swing and a miss. Yeah, it's not one-sided umpiring or officiating. It's just inconsistent. I mean, that's all there is to it. I just, that's how it is. I don't know what else to say. Oh my gosh. I mean, that pitch right there was good for the Eunice Cardinals. But that is 2 foot. I mean, we're looking right down. That's 2 foot outside, and even the batter shook his head like, what? Cold strike.
He must be smelling them nachos over there cooking or something.
1 ball, 2 strikes here to this young man, and that pitch almost hits
that got
him.
him. That's it, isn't it?
Whew. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Granger, and man, just a strange game. Here comes the next pitch. That one's hit right back into the netting
Almost
here
came
by
over.
us. Yes, it did. And so still 2-2.
2-2-2.
Yep. Yeah, man, I just don't know. Don't know. There's always a lot of conversation and talk about officiating, about umpires and how we need them, and I get it. I do. And believe it or not, I've done a little bit of it. Not at the varsity level, but I've called a bunch of middle school, elementary, even some JV games as down they go. So Granger's out of there on the ground out. And I know it's not easy. I've done it. I know it's not.
No.
I don't like doing it, so I get it. But
It must
man,
be difficult to see behind that
it's
plate.
something. I guess, I just don't. I don't know. But all of that to say the Cardinals just won 11-1 against the team that knocked them out of the Final Four last year in the state baseball tournament. And so the Cardinals with the win. There's been some mouthing, it seemed like, from up here.
Jawing.
We can't hear it, but just the motions that we're looking at, it seemed like a lot of mouthing going on between the two teams during that ball game. So hopefully we can get through this line without a wrestling match or anything like that. So we're up here in the booth. They can't hear us. We can't hear them.
We've been being nice the whole game.
Yeah. And so the Cardinals with the win, they moved to 9-1 on the season. And so
Looking
Loving
good.
falls down below 500 to 5-6 on the season. So I think our next game, the next game that we are scheduled to cover. I think will probably be Tuesday, but I'm not 100% certain. Is that Eunice Jow?
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't think I have the schedule here on my phone.
I'm going to pull it up really quickly just while I'm sitting here, just so that we can tell everybody when we'll be back. Let's see here really quickly. Eunice, let me get it open. Here it comes. Baseball varsity schedule. All right, so we've got Loving here. We've got Jow on Tuesday.
Okay.
It is at home. And then Lovington on Thursday at home. And then Texaco on Saturday at home. So three straight home games.
Nice.
In fact, we've got, man, that almost got to be a mistake. We've got Jow at home Tuesday, Lovington at home Thursday, Texaco at home that Saturday, Gateway Christian at home Monday. Tuesday, that following Tuesday, we've got Loving at home in a doubleheader. And then that Friday, April the 17th, we've got Vista del Futuro out of El Paso at home. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 home games in a row after this one.
I like it.
So, yeah. Charlie, any final thoughts?
Man, the boys are looking good. I think Tyler's got them. Too bad they booted him today for whatever reason. I'm sure we'll hear about it, but
yeah,
but he's got the team looking sharp. I like it.
You know, I'm gonna start, we talked about it earlier about the officiating, and I know it's a tough deal, but I will also say that I think we've got some extremely thin-skinned officials in all sports lately.
And it's getting worse.
It just seems like they don't want anything said to them whatsoever, and if you say anything, and to me that is sports. I have never in my life been to a game where everybody was happy with every call.
No.
And what you do in a game, you sit up here and you go, woo, way to go, good call, ref. You know, and if it's a bad call, you say, come on, ref, what are you looking at? Get some. I mean, that's just sports. It's not anybody being a horrible sport. It's
like they show up looking for a reason.
Man, I take it in these smaller schools. A lot of people that have never been to like bigger sporting events probably don't understand this. In these smaller schools, you don't see it as much because you got smaller crowds. But in the bigger, if you go to college, you go to professionals, or even here at the high school level, if you've got a big school with a big crowd, every time a ref makes a call that goes against the big crowd team, they're going to holler and boo. That's just sports.
Part of the deal.
And I
would have never made it back whenever I was just a fan.
When I was coaching, Charlie, man, we had Charlie and Renee up there with the ball don't lie, and
you could hear me above everything.
Yeah, to me, that's just sports. I mean, we're up here with a microphone strapped to our face. And like I told TJ in the station when we first started, I said, hey, look, if I can come up here and strap a microphone up and act like I'm just one of the guys sitting in the bleachers talking, then I'm all for this. If I can't,
too rough with the
you know. I mean, I just try to do it like we're sitting out there. And so I guarantee you the things I'm saying, there's 24 other people at least out in the bleachers thinking the same thing. So anyway, it is what it is. The Cardinals with the win. We appreciate Evie, everyone back at One Radio Square. They sent us an update stating that Texaco beat Jow 27-0 in a mercy rule fifth.
Wow.
And so, Ruben Acosta, I appreciate you listening, and I agree with you. We'll slide out of here. We will see you, I'm sure, Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday in Eunice for some baseball action.
And we'll have better coverage on the
field. We won't have the screens. There's 2 screens between us and the field, just so that everybody understands. That's why the camera is just not good. So anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thank you for listening to No Mark Broadcasting's coverage